Hey friends, welcome to my channel. So today we are gonna see, what if Naruto married Robin and Tsunade? So before we start, check out my Patreon page for 18+ exclu. Sieve mature content. We will now proceed to the video. Land of Water, Seaport of Kurigakure. A group of Konoha as walking down the port as they are looking at a cruise ship is a woman with blonde hair and brown eyes. Is she wearing grass green haori with the kanji for gamble written on the back, inside a red circle. Underneath she wears a gray, kimono-style blouse with no sleeves, held closed by a broad, dark bluish-gray obi that matches her pants. Her name is Tsunade Senju, the 5th Hokage, and she's here for a cage meeting, as she says, looks toward the group behind her. Here we are, and the meeting will held at that cruise ship, and I want all of you to be on your best behavior, said Tsunade as she looks toward one Naruto. Yeah, I understand, as he is wearing his everyday clothes since he had come back from his training with a man named Jiraiya, and Tsunade gives him a glare. No, I want you to really mean it, Naruto. Now promise me you won't make any trouble unless you really have to, says Tsunade as she keeps giving Naruto the glare. Naruto glares back, but 10 times stronger. I am not like that perverted teacher or man you call a friend. Plus trouble finds me, says Naruto as he's a bit angry. But then he gets his head punched by a girl with pink hair, and Naruto looks at her with a very harsh glare. Damn it, Sakura, no matter what I do you always hit me. Well, I have had enough. Hit me again and you will regret it, yelled Naruto as Sakura gives him a look. Oh yeah, I would like see that day, as she walks past him, as a girl with long ink blue hair. Is she wearing a heavily jacket and she has white eyes as she asks, are you okay, Naruto? As she a bit worried as she is Hinata Hyuga. No, that bitch always hits me no matter what I do, even when I am being nice, says Naruto. As Hinata nods in agreement, as other person come up and says, yes, she does, and I think she gotten worse since my no good son left, as this person is woman with black hair and onyx eyes. Is she wearing Junin outfit? She is Makoto Uchiha. Naruto nods his head and says, I am glad Tsunade did not take her as a student but took Ino and Hinata as her students. And Ino come up, tell me about it. Heck, you should seen how she reacted when Lady Tsunade rejected her. She was throwing everything around in her fit of rage, says Ino as she has blonde hair, as she long ponytail, and she's wearing a Chunin outfit. Did you record it for me? Naruto asked. As Ino says, no, because I didn't think it would happen, as she disappointed with herself on that. Then someone from behind places their arms on Naruto as she says, well, isn't it, Naruto? Said a girl who seems a bit older than Naruto, as she has sandy blonde hair with 4 pigtails. Is she wearing a kimono that's hugging her figure? As she is Tamari and she has her arm around Naruto. Hey Tamari, good to see you again, keeping your makeup, stealing and wearing brother in line, asked a smiling Naruto as everyone hears from the far back, it's war paint, damn it. Then why did I see makeup that said property of Tamari hanging out of your pocket? Yelled Naruto as he hears, oh shoot. He saw it, as everyone was laughing. Everyone is laughing even when Samui and Kumo came aboard, as they see them with Samui, who has short blonde hair with cold blue eyes, as she looks upon them. As Kurai says, what are they laughing about? As she has red hair and dark toned skin, don't know. But I bet it's cool, said Samui as their resume walking. A guy with a lollipop in his mouth, and he says, well, that blonde hair guy was saying something someone wearing his sister makeup while saying that it's war paint. I found it funny, as he laughs a bit. Some time later, as the cruise leaves the port and everyone are walking around to see what there could do but expect for one room, which it's holding the meeting of the cages with their ninjas with them. Naruto is relaxing as he stands against the wall by the door of the meeting room, as he yawns as he thinking it's taking forever. Then he hears, Naruto, Naruto, is that you? Says a voice of a girl. Naruto turns to see a girl with white hair which curls slightly at the ends, with 2 bangs framing her and reaching down to her chest, and blue eyes, as he wearing a sexy bikini as it hugging her double G breasts. She is Mirajan, or Mira for short, and Naruto knows her during his training trip, as he says, Mirajan, what are you doing here? Quote, Naruto go up and goes to hug her, and she returns it with a smile. Well, to answer your question, I'm here with some of my friends since one of them won free tickets for a cruise. And I didn't expect to see you here as well, so why are you here? Don't tell me your sensei had dragged you here for his books, says Mirajan. Nope, that pervert is not here, I am he. With the Hokage cause the cages are meeting, says Naruto as Mirajan says, so you're here because of work. Well, I hope you are free later, "'Cause I would like you to meet my friends, but for now, I will leave you be. Baka, why are you bothering this woman? You should leave her alone, no one would even want to talk to you, even the famous Mirajane," yells Sakura as she walks over to him and she's about to punch him again, but then Mirajan gets in front of her and says, "That's where you're mistaken. He's not bothering me since he and I happen to be friends, and we were just catching up," as she gives ing Sakura a glare as Naruto is glaring at Sakura as Samui, who comes out of the meeting room because she wants some fresh air as she sees of what's going on, but she's not only one. As a older woman with short black hair with blue eyes, is she wearing bikini, a black two-piece bikini with her top holding back her J-cup breasts, and she is Nico Robin as she sees this and walks up to them. "Explain to me, what is going on? And why does," looks toward Sakura, "this boy look so upset?" Says Robin. "Wait a minute, you're the famous Nico Robin who has found so much answers of ancient history. What are you doing here?" asked Naruto while Sakura looks so enraged. "And that boy is a girl, I think," said Naruto as Robin says, "Oh sorry, I just couldn't tell because well she doesn't look like a girl like her." Looks toward Hinata, who also come to get some air, and looks more like a boy, seeing that her chest is forgive me for saying this, very flat like a thin male, says Robin as she smiles. Further away from them, in the shadows, a woman is watching this as they're wearing black coats with red clouds. "I have to get him when he is alone," thought this woman named Conan as she coming up a plan of how to do it. As Sakura is steaming mad as Robin answers Naruto's question, "As for why I'm here, well I'm on vacation, and bring my friends along, 'cause I don't want to be alone during my vacation. Now then Mr. Ninja, since you know my name, could you tell me yours?" asks Robin as she smiles. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki and I have been following your adventures of your discoveries," said Naruto while he is smiling, and Robin is a bit surprised about it. "Oh, so you're a fan of my work then? That makes me so happy since you are a handsome young man," says Robin as she gives Naruto a kiss on the cheek. As he blushes, he always kind of had a crush on her, but not for her body but her adventures, and he knows that if he is stuck somewhere, one of the people he would want to be with is Nico Robin because she is able to live off the land. He also held out a book that she wrote and she signed it. After that, the day went on as Naruto is now inside of the meeting room as he hears them talking about a few things. Is he thinking, "I can't believe I ran into Nico Robin. Couldn't today be any more bet?" Then out of nowhere Conan attacked as she says, "Hand over the jinchuri." She couldn't finish because a fierce thunder strikes behind her as there's a massive storm hits the ship, and everyone went outside as everyone tries head inside as lightning striking down on the ship, as Sakura who about to help out but strikes upon her and it hits her hard, that she couldn't control her body, meaning her legs, as she moving over the edge of the ship and falls over. But little did Sakura know, the waters is full of sharks as one of them jumps out of the water with its jaws wide open and swallows Sakura whole. Naruto was able to help out though, and that is what he did as Hinata and Ino saw Sakura got eat. And as Ino says, "Well, I always thought that karma would get her someday but never thought it would involve with a shark." As Hinata, "That shark doesn't deserve eating her, now it's going have problems, or shark," says Hinata as she sees sharks swim away because of the storm. No one saw a tracker land on the shark that ate Sakura. But the ship starts rocking because the waves are being very forceful. As it trying to tip over the ship itself, everyone had to hold on tight. Naruto does the same, but then he sees a child that trying get inside but getting hit by the water like it's dragging the kid into the sea. Naruto knows what he has to do, so he runs over to the child and was able to get the child inside, and when he turn around, he sees a massive wave of water and it crash onto him and very thing fade into black as the last thing he heard was, "Naruto." Couple days later, Naruto feels water hitting him as he groans as he feels like shit as he opening his eyes and finds himself on a beach with his jacket now gone and has only a net shirt and his pants are soaking wet and his headband is also gone as Naruto getting up as everything hurts as he says, "Where the hell am I?" Then he hears from behind him, "Guys, come quick, I found him," yelled a voice as Naruto turned behind him and he sees Robin coming up to him as she checking on him to see if he's okay, and Naruto says, "Miss Robin, what's going on?" As he lost, "First of all, don't move, I have to check if there's anything broken, but I can't say for sure until she checks you, then we'll talk," said Robin as Naruto nods. Little did Naruto, this is a start of a new life for him and many others. Months later, As months went by since that day of the storm, Naruto and many others are now stuck on an island, but luckily for them, it's not one of their islands has nothing. As a fish is swimming near the beach, but then, it gets stabbed by a handmade spear and gets taken out of the water as the one who has the spear says, "Get it. That should be enough for everyone," says as it turns to be Naruto as he looks the person next to him, which is Mirajin, as she has a handmade basket and it's full of fish. "Good. Now let's back," says Mirajin as her bikini look a bit worn out. "Yeah, I'm sure the others are starving by now," says Naruto as he put the fish in the basket as he and Mira carries it back to camp where the others are. At the campsite cave, Naruto and Mirajin return to the campsite with the food as Mirajin says, "We back. And we get food." As 17 other women come up with their own clothes look worn out, as well as a woman's straight black hair that falls to the middle of her back as she wearing pink bikini with white flowers, as her name is Kagura Mikazuki, as she has her sword ready to slice. "Good, let me prepare them," as she takes the basket to the side. As Tsunade, who only has her gray shirt and pants, "I take it the hunting went well today," says Tsunade as Naruto and Mira nods. "Yup. And I should get some fruit before nightfall," says Naruto. Naruto goes and does that, and he sees everyone's huts with silencing seals on them, but then someone calls out to him before he went into the jungle, "Hey Naruto, wait," says Ino, who now just wearing cloth, and it's just covering her breasts and private parts. The reason why is because she had to offer most of her clothes to made into beds for everyone. Naruto's Ino's double F breasts bounce as she running up to him as he says, while trying to control himself, as he says, "Yes Ino. What's up?" With Ino coming up to him, "I heard that you're going to get fruit, right? Well, why don't you take Konan? After all, she could use her paper jutsu to cut down fruits that are too high to get," says Ino as she bring out a good point there. Naruto nods. "Alright, I will ask her if she wants to come with me. Ever though she doesn't talk much since she told us her name," said Naruto as Ino says, "Good, and be careful out there," as she walks off to help out Kagura with the fish. Naruto goes over to Konan, who is in her hut as she wearing nothing but bikini, which is all blue, as the top is hugging her double H breasts, as Naruto says, "Hey Konan, do you want to come with me to gather fruit?" As he looks toward her. "Sure, why not," said Konan as she looking toward cold like, as Naruto sweats a bit. "Cool, let's go," says Naruto as he and Konan went into the jungle to gather. Meanwhile, further away from the island, I'm checking on the shark and it doesn't look so good since it has eaten Sakura. Poor guy, he shouldn't have eaten Sakura, don't you agree, Blaze? Yeah, Veta agrees, Sakura just made him sick. Lucky for him I have a vet who can help. That's good to hear, and also how is everyone on that island? They are surviving. That's good to hear. Couple hours later, after gathering fruits for nearly 2 hours, Naruto and Konan come back with fruit in hand, and just in time too, cause dinner is ready and everyone are gathering at the fire. Naruto sitting in his spot as he takes a look around him and sees that he's completely surrounded of women with sexy figures and huge breasts and beautiful faces. Some would wonder how could he handle this many and hasn't lost it. Naruto is starting to lose it cause he's on the breaking point, but he shakes it as he starts eating his meal as Tsunade says something. "How long has it been since we got stuck on this island?" Robin, who's the one keeping track, as she says, "About 5 or 6 months now." "Since then, why do you ask?" says Robin as Tsunade, who takes a bit of her fish, as she says, "I've been thinking at some point that no one would found us, we might have to live here for the rest of our lives as well, starting a family, and seeing that Naruto is the only guy here, we might have to have sex with them," says Tsunade. "With everyone, even Naruto, choke on their food." "The hell, Tsunade, are you trying to kill me?" yelled everyone as they're looking towards Tsunade, as she says, "Oh relax, I'm just joking. I'm sure we will be found soon, but do keep of what I said in mind though," as she resume eating her meal as everyone slowly eat theirs while thinking about it a certain thing that Tsunade said. As NIGHT falls and everyone went to their huts and went to sleep for the night, Naruto is in his as he trying to sleep but couldn't because well of what Tsunade said, and that's why he has this raging boner. Then the door opens and Nico Robin comes in. Naruto sees her and says, while notice that she's wearing nothing at all, meaning she's naked as her pussy is leaking a lot of juice. Miss Robin, what are you doing here? Is he surprised about this? Naruto, I need you, says Robin as Naruto is confused about it as he says, for what? Is there something in your hut? As he thinking that she needs age. is help with something, but however she grabs his face and kisses him on the lips, and Naruto is thinking that his crush is kissing him. She then grabs his hands and puts them on her beasts. I need you to fuck me, says Robin as she kisses Naruto, and Naruto is surprised at this as he falls on his bed with Robin getting atop of him. Lemon starts now. Then Robin moves down and starts taking off his pee. Ants as Naruto say, what's going on with you, Miss Robin? As he couldn't believe that this is happening. Call me Robin from now on, Naruto-kun, cause we are going to be lovers after this. She is done. Removing his pants, then goes up and pulls his head into her J-cup breasts, then she moans lightly because she felt something poke at her stomach. She looks down and sees a 15-inch and it's hard as steel. And Robin mouth just drops upon the sight of it. Such a huge cock you have, says Robin as she licks her lips as Naruto says, well I had become like this because being a man after all, Rob. In nods in understanding then, eeps, cause Naruto just grabbed her ass. And there's tons of cum that I need relief of, do you think that you could take it, Robin? Says Naruto as he sees Robin hasn't taken her eyes off of his cock. She nods absent-mindedly. Naruto then kisses her on the lips and she kisses back, and Naruto grabs her breasts, which makes Robin blushing badly. Little did they know, someone is watching them. Samui is the one at the door watching what is happening as she blushing badly because she sees Naruto's cock. Naruto then gets Robin lay on her back, and spread her legs and starts licking her pussy, and Robin's moans very loudly. Naruto stops for a minute and tells Robin, so you want me to be your man, then beg me, says Naruto, as Robin shaking a bit as she says, please me more. Naruto-kun, as her pussy is getting more wetter because in truth she's loving this, make me your woman please, says Robin as she is giving in. Naruto smirks as he starts fingering her pussy with one finger, and Robin moans loudly while blushing as she's shaking her head from her left and right because it's too much for her. Naruto says, wow, your pussy is overflowing, you must wanted it bad, Robin, as he keeps fingering her pussy more with one finger. Robin moans the next thing she knows she is in doggy style, and Naruto smacks her ass watching it jiggle while fingering her with two fingers. Now, come on, Robin, say it. Say how much you want my cock in your pussy, say it like a horny slut, says Naruto as he smacks her ass again. Please fuck me like the horny slut I am. I was king for someone to bend me over and fuck me into their whore, but no man was ballsy enough to do it like you. Please make me your slut collar and leash me if you want, I will be yours, please. Shouted Robin as she lost it to the lust as Naruto smirks as he takes out his fingers from her pussy as he gets behind while placing his hands on her ass and placing his cock against her pussy. You know they always had a crush on you, and you will come home to me where you belong now, and your other male fans will be jealous of me because I am the only man allowed to fuck you, said Naruto as he nips at her neck. And Robin replies to that by saying while moaning, that's right. I am yours now. Now fuck me and don't hold back on me even though it's my first time. And with that Naruto stops nipping her neck and goes full on beast on her by thrusted his cock into Nico Robin's pussy with her screaming like she never had before. As Samui, who's still watching this, is fingering herself while grabbing her J-cup breasts while blushing badly as she thinking, I want him to fuck me like that too, oh I hope I am next. As she sees Naruto thrusting into Robin's pussy with blood flowing down as Robin is screaming louder and louder as she yelling out, yes. Fuck me more like a beast you are, Naruto-kun. With her breasts bouncing like crazy. Oh Robin-chan, you are so tight, I can't wait to you here or at home with you having my child, said Naruto, who grabs her breasts. Now when you are in my hut you will be naked, am I understood? And Robin yells, yes. Impregnate me with your child, Naruto-kun. Within a few thrusts, Naruto unleashes his first load of cum into pussy and filling up her womb and Robin cum as well as she feels it, so much cum. As she being overflowed with Naruto's cum as there's more coming. This lasted for a good a minute or two until Naruto stops coming and takes his cock out of Robin's pussy as her legs give out and she falls onto the bed and her pussy is squirting out of his cum. Is it too much of it? And Naruto says, wow, I really build a lot of cum since we come here. As he looks at his cock, is it still hard as steel, and there more to go, so are you up for another round, Robin? Asks Naruto. Robin looks at Naruto and says, more, Naruto-kun, fuck me more. Naruto grabs her and places her on his lap with her facing him while thrusted his cock into her pussy and she screams very loud. Naruto kisses her lips and grabs her ass with both hands and kneads it like rough, as he thrusting into her more and more as Robin feels it as she losing her mind badly as she thinking. He's so amazing if he keeps like this with me, I won't able to live without him. Please Naruto-kun fuck more until I pass out, said Robin in her thoughts as she starts bucking her hips to match Naruto's thrusting speed. And so this lasted for hours, until an hour or two past midnight with Naruto looking toward Robin who is in a hot mess as she covering in Naruto's cum, fr. Her face to her breasts to her pussy as it leaking out a great deal of his cum and her stomach looks about 10 months pregnant as Naruto lets out a sigh of relief as he says, fuck. We fuck like we air animals in mating season but however, he looks down at his still hard cock, I'm still hard as steel, I can't fuck Robin while she's passed, what should I do? Then someone comes in. He turns to see a naked Samui. Naruto smiles and pulls her in and closes the door, as he holds her close as he says, now then, how long were you there? As Samui say with her eyes full of lust, since our Robbie N come in here and start having sex with you but I want you fuck me as well like you did with Robin, as she pushes her breasts on Naruto's chest as he says, alright then kisses her deeply and she kisses back. Naruto's hands grabs her ass and fondling it then he breaks off the kiss as he says, how about you start with cleaning my cock with your mouth Samui? As he sees Samui nods and gets on her knees as she looking toward the cock that had fuck Robin and it's hard, so huge and hard, says Samui as she starts licking it as she teasing both Naruto's cum and Robin's as she blushing badly. As Naruto is enjoying this as he place his hand on her as Samui is licking his cock more until she decide to give him a blowjob. Oh your mouth is so warm. Naruto then feels breasts on his back along with a swollen belly. Nico Robin has woken up. She then kisses Naruto's cheek and says, oh already adding to your collection I see him tilde. Naruto nods then turns and kisses her on the lips making her moan. As 5 minutes pass, Naruto has Samui laying down on her back with his cock ready to fuck her pussy as Robin is laying herself onto Samui's face with Samui quick grabs Robin's hips and GHT away starts licking her pussy as it is leaking out Naruto's cum and Robin is moaning loudly as she blushing badly, as Naruto see this and smirks as he thrusted his cock into Samui's pussy with Sam. Ui screams very loud as she stops for a sec then resumes licking Robin's pussy. Naruto then starts to kiss Robin who kisses back while Naruto is thrusting into Samui as she licking Robin's pussy more. This keep going for a good hour and Naruto takes out his cock from Samui after he had cum inside of her and then he makes a cross hand sign as he says, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Then poof. Both Robin and Samui sees a group of about 7 or 8 of Naruto as they're blushing badly with Naruto says, you two are going to be sore. In the morning, as he and his clones smirk with Robin and Samui making a loud gulps, while blushing badly. Lemon over, skip time morning time. Naruto walks out of his hut as he tells Every that he will take over Samui's and Robin's duties for the day because both couldn't get a good night's sleep and everyone said okay as Naruto heads off. Somewhere in the jungle of the island, Naruto was gathering everything they need while he is smiling about having sex with Robin and Samui, so he wonders. Are the other or in the same case of Robin and Samui? After all they've been here for months now, as Naruto is thinking, wait won't that mean there's some unspoken sexual attention? What? He does not know as his friend Mira is behind him as she blushing badly as her rubbing her legs together as she saying, oh he's so handsome and look at their muscles of his, not too small or too big, just right. As juice leaking down on her legs, Naruto is busy then he feels a pair of breast push up against his back, as he says, hey Naruto what is she behind him as Naruto says, Mira. And well, I'm about to get some water from sea and get it purified since we're running low, as Mira says, I see, oh. There's something I want to ask you about at my hut, so go there when you're done getting the water, as she smiles as she walks away. Naruto is wondering what was that about as he goes on do what he needs to do then heads over to Mira's hut. Naruto gets to her hut and tells Mira that he's here fr. Outside of her hut then he hears Mira say come in. So Naruto entered and the next thing he see is Mirajan laying on her handmade bed as in a sexy way like one would see in magazines, and she's doesn't have anything on. Hello Naruto like what you see said Mirajan as she using her sexy voice. Naruto is shocked as hell at what he is seeing he knew his friend was a model but he is not sure there people is standing where he is right now. Mira. What this about? says Naruto as he is surprised about this as Mira gets up and walks over to him in her sexy walk with her double G breasts. Bounce in her large pump ass jiggles a bit, then she stops in front of Naruto as she says, because I really like for you Naruto, but not liking you as a friend way. She pushes her breasts into Naruto's chest and kisses him. Naruto asked, wait how long did you have their feelings for me Mira? As Mira says with a smile that's full of lust, since we first meet silly, so are you going to take T's chance to fuck? Then to her shock he grabs her ass. Naruto has a look that shows her that she is about to have a great time with Naruto dominating her. Very well, and you won't able to walk right for a while. You could ask Robin and Samui, says Naruto. As Mira says with a look, oh, so that's the real reason why those two aren't up. Naruto grips her ass then lifts her over his shoulder. Well I hop. You are ready to join them in the position as them when I'm done with you Mira, says Naruto as his cock somewhat bust out of his pants and it's between Maria's ass as she feels how insanely hard it is while blushing badly. Lemon starts now. Why you have a huge C cock? Why you are so full of surprises aren't you? Asked Mira as she is blushing more, and Naruto smiles proudly, what can't I say? I'm unpredictable after all, says Naruto as he smacked her ass then he grabbed her breasts. Mira moans loudly as she blushing bright red, then both on the bed with Naruto is fingering her pussy. As Mira is giving Naruto a handjob on his cock as Mira moaning louder and louder as she blushing more. And Naruto kisses her once again and Mira kisses back as she blushing badly, this keep going for a while until Naruto unleashes his first load of cum onto Mira's hand as Mira cum as well with her juices covering Naruto's fingers. Now Mira I am going to make you do what Nico Robin did last night and that is beg me to fuck you. As Naruto keeps fingering her and fondling her breast as Mira is moaning loudly, and no. DD don't make me beg tilde, says Mira while moans loudly as she playing along, please Naruto fuck me. Fuck me like you did with Robin and Samui with your huge cock and ruin my pussy for forever tilde, begging Mira as she moaning louder. Good, says Naruto who then gets her on his lap with his cock against her pussy with her blushing more while Naruto is fondling her breasts more. Now, tell me how badly do you want my cock in you, says Naruto. I want you cock badly please. Many people jack off at my magazine picture but please let's have a picture with my belly big with our child please fuck me. Shouted Mira as Naruto doesn't say a word as he thrusted his cock into our pussy which goes all way in with Mira screaming like there tomorrow and she feels all of Naruto's cock as it now kissing upon her womb as she yells out, oh god. It's already reached my womb, it's so huge and hard. Inside, she stops as she felt Naruto's gets a bit more bigger as well harder while being inside of her pussy. From now on at night you are joining me in my hut with Robin and Samui am I understood? Plus we will have so much fun and yes I will put a baby in all three of you. Said Naruto as he was thrusting faster with his hands on her jiggling breasts as Mira screaming louder upon each thrust Naruto makes with his cock as it hitting against her womb. Naruto thrusting into her pussy with her screaming louder as she going crazy with lust as she dropping lot of with her tongue hanging out of her mouth. Both of them stay in this position for less than 20 minutes as Naruto unleash his second load of cum and he's filling Mira up with it with her screaming much more as she feels her womb getting filled by it as she yells out, so much cum. It's filling my womb so much. I don't if I could handle that much cum. As Naruto say, we about to found. As he's still coming while illing Mira more and more up with his cum. 2 hours later, Mira who lost her mind and her stomach had swollen up to the point that she looks about 4 or 5 months pregnant, but they're not done yet as Naruto has Mira on fours with his cock rubbing against her ass. Hope you're ready my model slut cause this big ass is going to be mine, said Naruto as he smacked it. Mira moans but not for long cause she GHT away screams loudly as Naruto had thrusts his cock into her ass, damn. It's much more tighter, so I have to go, says Naruto as he makes his thirst go stronger than before with Mira biting onto her bed as she can't take it. The two keep going for the rest of the day until night falls and Mira won't able to sit for a while since they done having sex. Time skip, night falls, lemon over. Naruto is ying on his makeshift bed with his 3 women whose stomachs are swollen up and they look like they are 10 months pregnant with Robin and Samui on his sides and moaning because Naruto is grabbing the breasts while Mirajan is licking his cock. Well ladies, if we ever make it back to the mainland, I thinking of getting you collars to tell the world who you belong to, or maybe a tattoo, says Naruto. The girls giggle and say, whatever you want Naruto-kun, remember we belong to you. Then Robin say, I think a wedding ring would be better, it will get those horny fanboys to leave me alone, and maybe marriage as well. Then Samui and Robin kiss Naruto's cheeks and he is thinking, I am living many perverts' dreams. Naruto then says, and remember girls, at night you come her. Yes Naruto-kun, the three giggle more, sounding like bells. Then something hits Robin, you know Naruto-kun, there's something you should know about the others, say as Naruto looks at her, what's up? You see, Robin along with Mira and Samui are also listening. It's been 2 days since Naruto had sex with Robin, Samui and Miragen. Now, Naruto is helping out everyone as everyone went on a group fishing to gather fish for dinner, as everyone has nothing else to do for today, as each of them waiting while enjoying a sunbath, well except for Hinata, who under the tree's shade and she still has her jacket on. Hinata is using her hand as a fan, as it a bit too hot, as Ino along with other blonde-haired girl whose name is Lucy, as she wearing green color worn out bikini, as it holding her massive breasts which there are nearly the same size of Tsunade, as the two are checking on Hinata and ask if she's all ready from wearing her heavily jacket. Naruto is sitting next to Nico Robin, who is smiling that she is now in a relationship, but for now they are waiting for a bite from the fishes, as everyone waited for a good long time, as Kagura looks around as she notice. Hey, where's Nami? Says Kagura. Everyone looks around. Then Robin remembers, she said that she was going for a walk. Says Robin, as Naruto gets up as he says, I will go check on her, to see if she's alright, as he goes as he asks one of the ladies to look after his handmade fishing rod. Tsunade watching it for Naruto since she's the nearest. As Naruto walking down the beach of the island as he looking for Nami, that is until he trips over on something, and he falls down on the sand. Naruto gets up and turns around and sees a bottle. He pulls it, looks at it later as he puts it in his pocket and resume looking for Nami. Until he is at the other sea. Dove beach, which is like the spot where the others are, which are big rocks. He hears moaning and he looks behind them to find a woman with long orange hair, as she has figure nearly the same as Robin's, but her breasts are bigger as there are AJ size, and she is Nami and she fingering herself as she moans out with her eyes closed. It's been like this since I saw that Naruto guy at the waterfall last night, says Nami as she keeps fingering herself more. And to think he has such huge sea cock, says Nami as she fingering her pussy deeply now, as she thinking about Naruto's cock from the time she had saw him. Oh, so Robin-chan's friend is so mine, say Naruto in his thoughts. He sneaks up behind her as he gets closer to Nami. Nami is fingering herself faster and faster as she close from coming, as she says, I really want him. I will let him fuck me so hard with that monster cock of his. As she comes on the spot, Naruto smirks, then grabs her breasts and says, so Robin-chan's friend Nami needs a good fucking. As he squeezes her breasts with Nami moaning loudly from this, then Naruto whispers into her ear, well, I think Robin-chan might like to have some fun with you. As Nami is shocked about this, but then Lemon starts. Naruto kisses her deeply, and Nami who just giving in as she kisses back with a blush on her. A bit after the kiss, Nami is still on the ground as Naruto is undoing his pants in order to let out his little friend, and when he does, Nami gets her forehead smacked by it as she blushing badly as she seeing it so close now. Yes, this is what you want. Let me tell you a little secret, I have already fucked Robin-chan, Samui-chan and Miragen-chan. You will be joining them in my growing harem, said Naruto, who really wants to fuck the orange-haired woman and make her his and his alone. As Nami makes a swallowing sound as she looking at his cock once more, oh okay, was all she could say as she grabs it and starts licking it while blushing even more. Naruto watching Nami licking his cock as he enjoying her licking his cock, Nami licking the sides of the cock with her thinking, this cock is so good, so addicting, I fear that I might turn into his cum dump. Hell, I fear that I will become a pregnant. As she licking more of Naruto's cock as her tongue moving from right to left, top to bottom as she keeps at it more and more, until Naruto's cock is covering in her drool. Then she kissed the tip part of the cock lightly. Naruto grunts, then Nami puts his cock into her mouth, but only a 3/4 of it as it too big and thick for her mouth, but he's going to push on as she tries to take more of it into her mouth as tears forms on her eyes as well a bit of sweat. Naruto is smiling and is thinking is Sakura watching him because he is going to laugh in her face when she finds out she was wrong about him while she is burning in hell. As Nami moans on Naruto's cock as she trying more of it in her mouth but she needed to breath, so she about to take it out of her mouth so that she could breath before she go on, but then, Naruto starts to face fuck her like no tomorrow by grabbing her by her head and thrusted his cock deep inside her mouth as well down her throat. As Nami gets her eyes widely open, as she just come from this, which she's staining her bikini panties, as Naruto says, "Sorry Nami, I just couldn't help it, since your mouth is amazing." Naruto keeps it up until he comes into her mouth. "Damn, your mouth is good, now let's feel your tits," says as he takes out his cock from her mouth, when Naruto's cock get out of Nami's mouth. Some of the leftover cum gets onto her face as well her breasts as Nami feels the warmth of it. Then she feels his cock between her breasts and back into her mouth as she moans upon this as she blushing even more. As Naruto thrusting his cock between her breasts which are out of this world soft and into her mouth. "Oh, I am loving your breasts Nami, I think that any man who tries to take you from I will kill them or hurt them so bad they will be in the hospital on life support. Hell, I bet you have teased many men with these tits of yours, well now they are mine," said Naruto as he thrusting his cock between her breasts and into her mouth more than before as Nami is taking it as she thinking, "Please. Cum in my mouth again. I want to taste your cum I will gladly join the others in your bed for the rest of my life," with hearts popping out of her head. 2 hours later, after 2 hours of face fucking, as well had cum many times as possible as Nami is in total mess as she's covered in a lot of Naruto's cum from a bit on her hair, mostly on her face and breasts, so what are they doing now? Well, Naruto is laying on the ground as Nami is lowering herself as well adjusting Naruto's cock as it could enter her pussy. "So tell me how much you want my cock in your pussy Nami-chan," said Naruto who is smiling at what he sees, as Nam slams herself onto Naruto's cock and boy did she scream. Because it's way too big for her as blood leaking out of her pussy as a bit of it get on Naruto. As she yells, "Why your cock is monster. It's so massive and thick," while her breasts bounce. As Naruto says, "If so, then take it slow Nami, like that you could get used to my cock and its size," as he sees Nami starts moving her hips slowly as she lightly screams for each movement she makes. Naruto is smiling because he knows that he has her where he wants her and she will be his. As each minute passed, Nami is slowly getting more and more used to Naruto's cock as she moving her hips faster by each minute. Naruto then moves his hands to her fat ass as he feels how fat and big her ass as well how soft it is. Nami keeps moving her hips way more as she's screaming louder than before. 10 minutes later, Nami who's has her hips going on overdrive as she slamming herself onto Naruto as she yelling out, "Yes. Yes, yes, it's so hot, your cock is so hot and massive." As she gone crazy with lust. As she completely used to Naruto's cock size now as Naruto is enjoying this side of her as he says, "That's good to hear my dear Nami-chan. But just wait until my cock fucks your ass." With his hand still on her ass. "Yes, please fuck it as well and fuck me whenever you want," Nami yelled again, with Naruto tighten his hold onto Nami's ass as he starts thrusting into her pussy with the orange hair woman screams way more than before as Naruto is thrusting into her pussy like a beast in mating season and Nami loves it so much. But it didn't last long as within 5 minutes, Naruto had read his 10th load of cum into her pussy thus filling her what it feels like gallons of gum. Nami yells out, "Yes, fill up my pussy, mark it with your cum," as she feels Naruto's cum filling up her womb. Along with her insides as their overflow of cum leaks out of her pussy as it too much for her pussy to handle. 5 minutes later, now, Naruto is standing up while he's holding Nami by holding her leg. As she holding onto him by wrapping her arms around his neck as Naruto is thrusting upward her once again as bit of his cum from earlier is spurting out with each thrust he makes as Nami has her tongue view hanging out of her mouth as she drooling. Naruto says to her, "I barely started having sex with you and you look already fucked silly, what a horny woman you are." As he thrusting into her even RDER then before as Nami replies, "It's because you too good Naruto-kun. With a cock like yours. It would make any woman lose themselves to it." With Naruto makes his thrust hardcore hard which makes them slow yet very hard. "So I am basically making you my slut and cum dump. Well, you will not be the last woman on this island to fall to me. Now every night you will join Robin-chan, Samui-chan and Mira-chan in my hut. Am I understood?" said Naruto as he make doing hardcore hard yet slow thrusts with Nami screams very loud with her feet curl up, Why yes, she screams when she felt Naruto's road thrust as it hits upon her womb, and Naruto. Good cause I have pregnant in the future image that you girls with pregnant stomachs with me fucking all of you and breeding you more and more, plus all of you entertaining me. Naruto yells as he kisses Nami deeply as he thrusts into her very hard, which he makes her cum very hard, which she breaks off the kiss in order to scream it out. 2 hours later, Nami has her hands on the rock with smooth surface as she bends over with her ass toward Naruto with his cock still hard as steel as it throbbing hard as well as she blush very bad as she says, P place. Ace B be gentle with my ass Naruto-kun tilde. I don't know if it would take cock such as yours L like my pussy had done, as she very nervous. Naruto smiles and puts the tip of his cock to her asshole. Oh it will, I can guarantee it. When he said that, he thrusted very deep into her ass with Nami gets her wide open then beyond its limits as she screams at the top of her lung with her yelling out, oh god. It's too deep within my ass. It's stretching my ass. With tears falls down from her cheek as she feels Naruto's cock within her ass. Naruto says, damn, it had take all of my cock easy. It's like it's nothing, but it's so damn tight as well. Naruto then smacks Nami's ass and she screams upon it, then Naruto starts thrusting into her ass hard, very hard with Nami screams even louder than before. Yes scream for me my little slut tell me who owns you now. Says Naruto, and Nami replies, I belong to you and your monster cock Naruto, I'm your orange hair slut, cock hungry slut. As she's screaming as she feels Naruto's cock thrusting deeper into her ass as she lightly bites the bottom of her lip. They keep at this for a good 5 more hours later. 5 hours later, lemon over. Naruto lets out a sigh, a deep one that, as he looks at Nami, who is completely out of it as her stomach is so full of Naruto's cum, that she looks about 12 months pregnant and her mind is long gone as she, muttering, so much tilde I love Naruto-kun so much, over and over again. Naruto smirks then it hits him, that he had forgotten to send a clone so that the others won't worry and start looking for him and Nami. So he picks her up and rushes toward the home camp and hoping that the others didn't get there first. 2 days later, Naruto is looking around for fruit for everyone and he's not by himself, Tsunade is with him gathering the fruit. Naruto is picking out fruit that are ready to be eaten. Tsunade calls out to him as she walks toward other tree with fruit as the tree she doesn't have any. Naruto, I'm going to the next on, but then, a tree branch had get a hold of her gray shirt as it gets torn. Her breasts bounce free and Naruto sees this as he covers his nose and looks the other way as Tsunade just simply say, oh. Well it was matter of time, as she acts like it's no matter at all as she says, I'm going finished picking then head, is that alright with you Naruto? As she KS at Naruto as she doesn't seem to care. That is fine. Says Naruto who hasn't turned back to face as he thinks that it's a trap even though he had thought that Tsunade would be very angry if any guy would have seen her naked of anyway. But she just seemed calm and doesn't care at all. As Tsunade goes back to picking fruit and once she's finished she walks back as she says to Naruto who now resume picking fruit, I'm heading back. Make sure you get enough for everyone. And like that she's gone as Naruto trying understand of what is going on with Tsunade. After that whole thing, Naruto had dropped off the fruit and seeing that he had some free time, he's going to exploration the island once again, to see if he had missed anything at all or just founding new spot to grow more fruit, who's to say. Naruto kept walking as he just founding more trees without any fruits and so on, but somewhere on the way, he had found other waterfall which its location at the southwest of the island, near the cliff's side. So that's a plus meaning now there's other spot for baths now, so he goes on to his walk. He hears water and he gets closer and finds Brandish in the warm water along with Bisca as both of them are well kissing each while holding one other. Naruto is surprised about this he thinking, that is so fucking hot. As he feels his cock getting very hard, as he sees both of them still kissing each other with their breasts being pushed against each other. Then Brandish breaks off the kiss as a line of drool between their tongues as she says to Bisca, oh you are so beautiful. But I really would to have fun with both you and that Naruto guy, as both ladies are blushing badly. As Bisca says, me too but what if he doesn't want to? As she looks away from Brandish, Brandish hugs Bisca Rom behind and says, oh I think he will, as she kisses Bisca once again. Naruto heard that, and decide to make himself know as he walks up to them while taking off his pants as he says, after seeing that yeah I have plans for both of you, as he walks up to them with both stop of what they're doing is there see Naruto, naked and sees his cock is it hard as steel. As both ladies blushing real bada. They're looking at Naruto's cock while not noticing that they're lick their lips. 10 minutes later Lemon starts. Naruto is sitting and enjoying them licking his cock as ladies looking up toward Naruto. As they're licking more and more of Naruto's cock while blushing badly. Wow, you two really like my cock that much? Says Naruto. Yes, says Bisca who stop licking for a sec then goes back doing it as. Brandish says, B because it's so huge and manly as well so. Tasty tilde, as she resumes of what she's doing. Good cause from now on you will worship this cock for the rest of you lives, says Naruto as E2 keeps on licking his cock more and more. But then, Naruto, Brandish and Bisca stops as they hear something near them, behind the bushes. Lemon stops. They hear a growl and they got their clothes back on. And quickly heads back home as there could inform everyone of what they're heard. Later at the home camp, Naruto along with Brandish and Bisca tells everyone of what they're heard as is Tsunade I's thinking about it as she says about it, this is odd, I thought this island had no creatures. For 6 months no less. As Robin says, maybe they were hibernating. As she hopes it's one of the answers to this mystery of why this is happening. Well they woke up that is for sure and I know one thing we are not alone. Says Lucy who crying about this as she and everyone don't want to be eaten, the Addies start talking about to make defensing means to protect themselves. Naruto goes to his hut, to get that bottle that he had found. He opens up the bottle and gets the paper out and then unrolls it and sees it's a map with a message. If you are reading this then you have found the map to my hideout on the chain of islands there is one on all of them. Now my name is B Phonixkij the map will lead you to my hideout which can take you to the others as well. You find it then it is yours I can always build more if I ever come back. In my hideout has the info of all the creatures on the islands and ways to defend yourself. Trust me you will want those weapons. Good luck. P.S. Always make sure to lock up at night. As Naruto folds up the map and goes to inform the others about the map, and on. See there learn about the hideout that was once belonged to this B person, they gather up their items and head out but as they do, Naruto hears that same growl from before, oh no. That thing followed us. Says Naruto as he get out of his hut as he sees a big monster-like creature with huge claws that could turn anything into pieces as it on 2 feet as on its back there strikes and a tail as it low. Oaking around as everyone are still in their huts as a few are planning of how to take this thing down as it's smelling. On the fallen from miles away from the island oh I forgot about those fuckers. D. Gets on board as I come back forget what. I have no idea of what is going on. P. I forgot about that Deathclaws and other fucking creatures live on those islands. D. There's a Deathclaw, here in this world, Blaze sees me go. P. They are only native to those islands and there are sea creatures that live near those islands. As I said to myself. As Naruto does a cross-hand sign in a clo. Nay appears as he and his clone take on the creature as he yells out, go. I will keep this thing distracted. As the two Naruto jump on the creature's back as it lets out a roar as every but a few runs. For it is Tsunade and Konan help out Naruto. Oh no, there's no way I'm letting you face this thing alone. Says Tsunade as she just wearing loincloth top now since her gray shirt had torn early as she cracking her knuckles. While for Konan, paper coming off her body as couple of paper flow in the air and turn into paper like shurikens and fires at the side of the creature as it howls in pain, Lowing Naruto and his clone get away from this thing. What the hell is that thing? Shouted Bisca as her and the others are ready to leave here. I have no clue but the message said we can find out at the hideout. But we can't let this thing live or else it will follows us, says Naruto as he holds up his hand and his clones start gather up chakra on the real Naruto's palm as a sphere started to form. Tsunade charges toward the thing and Konan backs her up by launching more paper shurikens toward it. Once their paper shuriken piece the skin of the creature as it howls in pain again as it abu. To go after Konan but it didn't happen as Tsunade punch with chakra infuse in her fist as she sends the monster-like thing flying into a hut nearby. Once the sphere forms completely in his hand, once the clone poofs away. He then charges the beast, as the beast gets up but not for long as it gets blasted on the face as Naruto yells out, Rasengan. As the sphere called Rasengan drilling the Crete. Yure's face's skin and meat are disappearing as it keep going until there's no longer a head as the body just falls down with blood leaking out. Naruto is breathing hard as he says, We need to get there, now. 'Cause we don't know what the fuck we are facing. As he goes get his thing from the hut and like that, everyone heads and go over to this hideout. When they get to the area the map glows an S. Oda's a very safe path to the hideout as Hinata who is being the lookout as she looking around with her family bloodline the Byakugan to make sure that their creature were not following them. As the IR making way into what it seems a under tunnel way as they're walking down as it getting dark with the light of the day fading as they go deeper into the tunnel. Out of nowhere the path was lit up by torches that lit themselves. Startling them as Conan, whoever this bee was, he was prepared or at least knew what he or she was doing, says as she thinks that bee person might be no longer among the living as she sees the webbing around. They come to a door made of unknown steel, as Naruto goes up to touch it as he looks it. I guess this is it, now then, how to open this? Says Naruto as he looking around. A message appears on the door that says, if you wish to open this door only those who have pure hearts without greed, anger, revenge and hatred may open this door, step forward and be tested. Read it as each of them try to understand it. Then Naruto remembers his past and then he thinks that he does not want revenge, he does not hate the village, he is not angry at Kyuubi but they do not get along. And he has no greed, he would help and not care about a reward. Then it hits him. The door is testing our hearts and of who we are, said Naruto as he stepped forward. Before the others stop him as the steel wall begins to glow and Naruto glows with it. He feels it scanning him to see if he is the one that the old owner talked about. Then a door shows itself. Naruto walks up to it and opens it as he looks at the others. Come on, I think we could get in now, says Naruto, as the glow is gone and everyone heard a click. Naruto opens it as he takes a peek inside and sees that place is dark. Then when they walk in the littles come on and they see the place looks like it belongs to a daimyo but there are things they have no idea what they are. Then a seal appeared near ever. Yon as a person appears but he's see-through. As Naruto is guessing this might be B, he is a muscular man standing as 6'9". He is without a shirt and a jacket with a symbol no one but Robin knows hanging off his shoulders and with combat boots and pants. Oh, so someone found the map and found my old hideout, well good job. Just to let you know when you walk through the door you became key to it and it will open for you and the knowledge of how to find this hideout will not leave you. Any questions? Naruto asked him this, are you B? And what's this place? As he looks at B. Oh, my name must have been washed off or faded. My name is Blaze Phoenixkid and I was the one who built this place. For what this place is, well I was a base, really you are inside a mountain, said Blaze. Then they hear a gasp. Mountain, but it's volcano, says Naruto. Seals are a wonderful thing. They made the place a lot bigger and the volcano has not been active for years and the magma would not come near you if it was active. Then Naruto asks this Blaze person about the creature he and the others had faces and if there's more of them. Naruto describes what the creature looks like and Blaze whistles. Claw's nasty piece of work, really and deadly as shit. There is a book here that will tell you everything about the islands. Read that, it will help you all out easy. Now I heard a woman gasp, who was the one who did that? As Blaze sees about 17 of them walk in as Robin come up and says, I know who you are, you're Blaze, a great warrior who is also a clan head of a long-forgotten wealthy clan, the Wa. Our clan, the Phoenixkids. They were ahead of your time in everything. You were also a researcher as well. But that was over a decade ago, so. Meaning this what we seeing is what left of the man, meaning. The man himself is long since his Blaze is dead, says Robin. How advanced were we with your research, my clan ma'am? Asked Blaze, but Robin didn't hear him as she keeps talking over him, which he sweat drive. Ops upon that, as Robin says, to think someone from back could leave a genjutsu for this long in case someone were to come here, he must been a, says Robin as Balls tries to say something but Robin won't let him, so he lets her be for now. After 20 minutes, Nico Robin is done then is asked, how advanced was my clan by your research, miss? Asked Blaze, and Robin stops of what she's doing. Oh sorry, you see, I'm an archaeologist. I have studied histories of the past, and is how I know about you from books of clans that are long gone for over 100 years, and I fear the Phoenixkids clan are no longer around, as they are the first are gone as the blood of the clan died out, says Robin. Of course they were smart and went into hiding. An old ally turned on us, and there is one person in this room with the Phoenixkid blood in them. I can feel it, says Blaze as Robin looks at the genjutsu of the dead man. I don't know who you are trying to. Blaze cuts her off by speaking the lost Phoenix Langua. Ge then to everyone's surprise Robin answers in the same language with everyone confused about it. And Blaze sighs upon as Robin says, I'm sorry but your clan is gone along with the real you, as she looks at the genjutsu. I know they really just wanted to see if anyone remembered our language but it seems it's forgotten, says Blaze. And like that, Blaze tells them everything else they need to know and more, like how many rooms. A storeroom for food to keep in as well. As an underground bathhouse, and like that he's done, if there need him for anything else, just call him though the seal. Then he fades away. Then everyone set themselves like home as their look around but not before to settle into their new rooms. With Naruto. Naruto sighs as he walks over to the bed, a real one, as he lays on it. As he thinking that things will be more carefully for now then. But then he hears a knock at the door and he says, come in, then he sees Brandish and Bisca walks with nothing but towels on the as teaspoons of water on them as Bisca says, hello Naruto tilde. Brandish says, can we come in? And Naruto nods to that as both walk in normal and closes the door, then goes over to Naruto and sits on his bed. There say, can we resume of what we were doing? With their towels coming off. Naruto smirks then nods. Lemon resumes. As Naruto gets up and grabs both of them and kisses Brandish as she kisses back. Then Naruto switches over to Bisca as she kissing back. Then after that, Brandish gets off the bed then knees down and starts undoing Naruto's pants in order to take out his cock from its prison as N. Naruto and Bisca are full on makeout session. Then they stop and Naruto stops Brandish while holding Bisca closely and he says, how about you two bend over the bed, as both of them blushing badly. 5 minutes later, both are bent over the bed and their plump asses are facing Naruto as they shake them as their breasts which Bisca's are double H and Brandish are double G, bouncing lightly. Naruto skay. Easing their asses then smacks them with both of them moans loudly upon that while blushing badly while Bisca bits her bottom lip slightly as she is loving it, then Naruto starts fingering both of them as their moans very loud. I hope you two are ready to become my women like Mira-chan has, says Naruto as he keeps fingering them more and more as both of them moaning louder by the sec, but then he stops as he deciding which of them to fuck first. Please fuck me first make me scream your name, said Bisca. No fuck this slut first reshape my pussy for your cock only, said Brandish. With them hawking their asses toward Naruto which making it more tougher to choose, so hard to choose, says Naruto as he doesn't know until he decide to do this, shadow clone. And poof, other Naruto appeared in smoke. And just like the real one, the clone's cock is very hard and fuck any hole, the two plunge into the women's pussies as both of them screams very loud with their eyes looking upward. As both Naruto thrust into them rough and hard as the two screams louder upon each thrust of Naruto and his clone makes. Outside the room, Lucy is walking by to take a shower, and when she walks by Naruto's door, however, she stops when she heard screams behind the door, so she back to it as she says, hey Naruto are you okay? When she creaks open the and what she sees gives her an atomic level blush with her eyes wide open as she sees Naruto doing the missionary position with Brandish as he thrusting very deep into her pussy while the clone has Bisca in the cowgirl position. Lucy starts to watch and jeer herself light but what she didn't thought is that, Conan along with Hinata walking down the hallway and there notice Lucy. What are you doing Lucy? Says Conan as she wounding what Lucy is doing. And Hinata see that Lucy didn't reply so she walks up to her as she say to Lucy, Lucy are you okay? When she gets close enough and sees through the crack entrance of the door and sees of what Lucy sees as she is blushing up a storm. Okay what is going on? Says Conan as she goes up to them and next thing she now watching Naruto with his clone fucking both Brandish and Bisca like they are in mating season. As she knows why Lucy and Hinata blushing badly. I had to capture him and ride him until there's no tomorrow, says Conan in her thoughts as she blushing real bad, as it much darker red than Lucis and Hinata's. Back in Naruto's room, Naruto has Brandish in a mating press position as Brandish screaming like crazy with her breasts bouncing at a fast rate as she yelling out, yes. Yes, yes, fuck me harder Naruto, fuck me with that monster cock of yours. As she gone crazy with lust. While for Bisca and Naruto's clone, the clone is letting Bisca do all the work as she bucking her hips on overdrive with her hands on her breasts as she rubbing as she yells out, your cock is breaking me. It's so huge and thick. I don't know how much more my pussy could take. As the clone smirks, oh you two are wonderful, Say both Naruto and his clone as both unleashes their cum inside of Brandish's and Bisca's pussy and filling up their womb. 3 hours later, both Brandish and Bisca screams. Into a whole new level as they're being fucked by 4 Narutos now as they're thrusting into their holes like crazy as their stomachs looks about 4, nearly 5 months pregnant as they're yell out, more fuck us more turn our minds to mush, as they're losing more and more of their minds as the 4 Naruto fucking them even more than before. While outside of the room, Lucy, Hinata and Conan are fingering Thames. LFS beyond their limits as they're about to cum once again, while they're keep on watching them. Back inside, as Naruto and his clones keeps thrusting into Brandish's and Bisca's pussy and ass even more than before, within 10 minutes. All 4 comes in filling up Brandish and Bisca holes as the 2 yells out. Please get us pregnant, fill our wombs with our kids, as their minds are now fully gone as the IR insides getting filled with Naruto's comes. This lasts for a good 5 minutes, as Naruto along with his clone redraw their cocks from holes as Naruto, the real one says with Brandish and Bisca breathing very hard while blushing badly. Oh, don't think this is over, as Naruto's cock is still hard and the same goes for the clones, because we have all night long, Naruto finished. As he goes over to TM long with his clones while not knowing that Lucy, Hinata and Conan watch them go at all night until morning. Lemon over the next day, everyone is search the place when they find an armory, well not. Everyone is Brandish and Bisca decided to sleep in, for reasons that everyone but Naruto, Lucy, Hinata and Conan don't know but Naruto's girls did. As Tsunade is looking at a spear with a jade blade, then Naruto found some weapons as their shape of L, he did not know, no one did not even Robin, they're about to go to where the seal is which is the entrances and call the genjutsu of Blaze. But Urza WITH red hair as she points there's one in the armory, Naruto goes up to and activates it, and like before Blaze appears, I see you found out that there is one of these seals in every room. So what do you need? Asks Blaze as Naruto holds up the L-shaped weapons toward Blaze. What is this? Says the lone blonde male of the group. Oh, you found some of my guns, they will use any energy to make Buell. TS they are range weapons, my clan made them. Said Blaze as Naruto looks at it and starts charging it with his chakra, and since he has tons of it, and Blaze notice it as he tries to stop him as he know WS that Naruto's chakra will overcharge it and blows up. Don't do that again. Listen to me, none of you know how to use them but I will teach you. Also there are jackets like mine somewhere in this high doubt, I suggest you each get on cause they are infused with metal to protect everyone from the creatures. Also if you image what you would wear and snap your fingers, the jacket will turn into those these and it will still have the infused metal armor, said Blaze. Tsunade comes up. How many? I'm sure it was just you here because there's 18 of us, says as she concerned as she thinking that there might very little of said metal armor. Single quote, the closet they are in is a pocket dimension, there is a limit of a 150 to 200 cause really cleaning them. Plus there might be more of you getting shipwrecked here, said Blaze shrugging. Also I suggest you all take what you can from your kills like meat, claws and other things, says Blaze. Upon hearing that, especially about him that there will be others, what would make him say that anyway? It has happened before when I was on the islands as well, I had to help them survive really, said Blaze knowing the look on their faces. Oh okay, we will have Hinata to keep a lookout for any with her Byakugan, says Tsunade as Hinata who is kinda out of it but snaps out of it when she heard Tsunade said that. Why yes, I will keep look on the beach on every hour, says Hinata as she remembers waking up on the beach when they got shipwrecked months ago. So after that, everyone get familiar with the weapons effect for the guns as these it, checking out the armor as there see some rust on them but after a good cleaning will remove the rust and there will be good as new. 3 days later, Tamari and Makoto are in the underground bath talking about what they have found out about the islands. Man, this island is part of a chain of islands, says Tamari who has a towel on her shoulder, and the same goes for Makoto. As both of them heading from the changing rooms to the underground bath which the volcano keeps the water warm, as the two keep talking as Makoto says, I just hope we could return someday, is she thinking about back as she takes off her dark blue shirt and letting her double eye breasts bounce as she isn't wearing a bra. As Tamari says, me too, I wonder how Gaara is doing. As well the village, is she already placing her clothes in a handmade basket as she now ready to go. What they don't know is all the nations are looking for them as they're looking though every corner of the oceans, but they are having no luck at all cause the islands are. Not on any maps, not even old ones. They need Blaze's map as he was the only one that gone and lived these islands. And the only copy is here with only shares of the monsters and other creatures, and there didn't encounter theirs yet. As the two finished undressing and go in the bath by sliding open the door, and what there don't know, that there's two already inside. As there see Naruto who using hot salt water running down on him as their light cuts caused by the creature there had faced before they moved here, as its claws marks are on his body, and luckily for him, there won't deep enough to leave a scar as their cuts and claw marks are fading away thanks to his healing abilities. Naruto is enjoying the spring with his Robin-chan leaning against him with her head on his shoulder as she's says, "You were lucky that the claws of the monster cut your skin lightly," says Robin. Naruto nods, "Yes I am. I have read the maps. There is a treasure, but the task is hard getting past the monsters that live on these islands," as he says, a bit tired as he glad that he was able to get any fruit on the way back. But then Robin noticed Temari and Makoto. "Oh, hello Temari, Makoto here to take a bath," says Robin, as she smiles as she looks at both of them, then says, "Well, I'm have to go, 'cause I need help out in the kitchen of this place after all," says Robin's get up while Naruto turns to see Temari and Makoto with Robin about to leaves the bathroom. But before she left she whispered into Naruto's ear that she will wait for him in his room. As Robin leaves the room as she waves toward Temari and Ikoto as the two are wondering what should they do in here since Naruto are here. 2 minutes later, Temari and Makoto are in the in-ground bath pool. Is it big enough for 20 people or so, as their city across from Naruto as he getting in, and since he's naked, both of them very well see his cock. Even it's not hard at all. My god, is that why Mira was screaming from the other night?" says Tima Ri as she heard screaming at Myra's room since Temari's is next to Myra's after all. As Makoto is thinking, "I was wondering why he's been in Robin's room yesterday morning along with Samui and Nami." As she remembers seeing them walking out of Robin's room with Samui and Nami having big smiles on them. Naruto is thinking, "Oh, those two are so next to be fucked. Plus Robin will be waiting and hope so will Samui." Or what he would be thinking, but however he's thinking about the black clouds he had saw before he fight against the Deathclaw. And he wants to forget about that for bit as he looks at their breasts as they're floating up in the water. "Oh, I so want to grab those breasts so badly," Naruto's thoughts. As Temari is thinking about of what she should do, which are, should she do it or not, since she had plans of saving herself for Shikamaru, but now she isn't sure anymore. "I don't know if I can save myself for Shikamaru anymore because Naruto has that monster of a cock," as she so thinking she could died here in this island. While Temari is having a hard time to give in, Makoto however, "The things he could do to me with that cock as she just given in as she wants to be fucked by it. But then, so how long do you think it will take the others to find us?" asked Naruto as Temari get out of her thoughts as she says as she has her finger on her chin, "Well, given how long we have been here, I don't know for sure." "Why do you ask, Naruto?" as she looks at Naruto in confusing. "Well, what if there couldn't found us at all? So we might have to do what Tsunade said from that time," says Naruto. Temari is blushing like mad and Makoto has a very happy smile. Don't say that. I mean who knows? Maybe Gaara has his sand eye to look every part of the ocean to found us," says Temari, who is blushing badly as Makoto says, "I don't know, like you said before, we have been here more than half a year now," as she brings up a good point there. "Yeah, and plus these islands are no on any maps, the only one who marked them down as dead," said Naruto who is talking about Blaze. Temari sigh, "You're right, and if that's the case then," as she say that, she goes over to Naruto and gets on his lap which surprising him. Then she kisses him while pushing her breasts against his chest. As Makoto says, "Oh no fair. I was going to make the first move," as she pours a bit, as Naruto and Mari breaks off the kiss as she says, "I made up my mind, I will give my first time to you since I don't know when we will ever return home," as she feels Naruto's muscle as she thinking, he had lean muscles before but now they have gotten bigger. She then feels Naruto's hands on her bubble ass and his cock as it gotten very hard as it is between her ass. "But Temari, what about Shikamaru?" says Yuto as he sees Makoto getting closer to them. Temari gives Naruto her answer about that. "I think I might need help to get over him," as she looking at Naruto. "Lemon start. Alright then, I can help you. With that, says Naruto as he starts sucking on Temari's right nipple as Temari starts moaning as Makoto says, "Oh, right about me." Tilda, as she wants to join in. Then Naruto does a crosshand sign and makes a clone and he goes back of what he's doing to Temari as the clones grabs a hold of Makoto by her wrist, as he asks her this, "Well, ain't you willing to cheat on your husband?" Says Naruto's clone, "Oh, I divorced him before the mission which lead us getting us shipwreck and kicked him out of the clan while I am away, my sister is in charge. Plus the clan has had enough of his bullshit," says Makoto. As the clone smirks as he kisses her while grabs her breasts with Makoto starts blushing badly. While with Naruto and Temari, the sandy blonde girl gets her breasts wrap on Naruto's cock as Naruto is sitting above the bath pool. As he feels her large yet soft breasts, "Man, Temari, your breasts are so very soft that lazy idiot is letting you go into another man's arms, sucks to be him," says Naruto. Temari starts rubbing Naruto's cock with her breasts as she blushing badly and also feeling how big and thick Naruto's cock is in between her breasts as she moaning lightly, he could have said some thing to me a month before that mission but he didn't, so I'm yours now, says Temari as she starts licking the tip part of Naruto's cock. Naruto is smiling and is laughing in his head at the idiot for not telling the beauty that is licking his cock that her breasts are wrapped around how he felt. Naruto can't wait to have Temari bouncing up and down on his cock with her breasts in his face. While the clone and Makoto are doing the 69 position with Makoto on top of the clone as she's sucking less of his cock, "My ex is a fucking idiot and tiny as hell, I am in heaven. I have found my next husband," as she bobbing her head like crazy as she loving Naruto's clone's cock as it's so huge and thick. As the clone is fingering into her pussy deeply as well licking it as he thinking, "Damn, she's so damn horny. I bet her ex never satisfy her at all. Her sons are about to have a new father." The clone then starts to lick her pussy deeper. Both of the a good a while. Back with Naruto and Temari, as the Suna female is now just sucking Naruto's cock with all she could do. Is it too much for her as she thinking, "This cock is so addicting and I can see why the others can't keep their hands off him." As she keeps sucking, Naruto is enjoying Temari sucking his cock like a champ as he says to her, "Wow, you're really good at this, Temari. It's like you a pro at this." As he feels her warm mouth with his cock. "Thank you, Naruto, but to let you know this is my first time and that doesn't mean I didn't have practice, which I did with sex toys and I even give lesson to a certain someone or two," said Temari. As she thinking back as she remembering teaching Ino and Hinata of this. "Well, I am glad that I am your first and possible your only one," says Naruto as he sees Temari goes back at sucking his cock. Even more that until Naruto fires his first load of cum as there tons of it which it's too much for Temari, she swallows a lot of it but it also comes out of her mouth. As Temari tires to drink all of it but it seems that she couldn't drink it so she takes it out of her mouth as the rest of it gets on her face, a bit on her hair and the rest on her breasts while Temari is breathing hard as she blew shing badly because she feels Naruto's warm cum on her. At the same time, the clone is now fucking Makoto's mouth with him under her as he thrusting into her mouth, and he is licking her pussy like no tomorrow. Is it too much for Makoto and she just loves it. "Yes, keep doing it more, Naruto. Mess me up so hard that I can no longer about anything else but your cock," were the thoughts of Makoto Cow. Say really she is losing all thought even of her two sons. But then, the clone fires his own load of cum into her mouth. Is it like a tidal wave of cum inside of her mouth? Is it way too much for her as she thinking, "Oh screw my sons, none of them will be the heir, the new one will be the one I have with my new husband Naruto-kun," as she can't wait for Naruto's clone to fuck her like the horny MILF she is. As that going on, Naruto who laying down as Temari is in cowgirl's position with his hands on her ass as Temari is adjusting Naruto's cock as it aimed at her pussy. After coming so much, it's still so hard," says Temari as she nervous now. "That's right, after all I have a lot of energy, I can go hours on end," says Naruto. He then thrusts into her pussy taking her virginity. Once that happen, Temari screams very loud like never before as her breasts bounce and her ass jiggles as she yells out with a line of blood come out of her pussy as it dripping out. "It is huge, it is destroyin'. Gee, my pussy, please pull it out," as she just losing it badly. But Naruto however starts thrusting into her pussy. "You just have to get used to it. Just like the others did," say Naruto as Temari screamy. Ing louder upon each thrust Naruto makes as she begging to pull it cause she can't take it but slowly she's getting used to it. Back with Makoto and Naruto's clone. The clone has Makoto in doggy style. He thrusting into her pussy like a raging beast with Makoto screaming with all her might as she yells out, "Yes, fuck me you beast, make me forget my stupid ex and son Sasuke, give me a better child." As she has hearts in her eyes as she loving Naruto's massive cock in her pussy. "Holy damn, you're such a horny MILF Makoto," says the clone as he thrusting his cock deeper in Makoto while he starts acking her big fast ass as he says, "Your ass is so soft it belongs to me, say it." Makoto says, "Yes, it belongs to you Naruto. As all of me, also belong to you and to you alone." As she just losing her mind badly as she biting her lips light as the clone keeps thrusting into her pussy hard while smacking her ass more. 6 hours later, they were still fucking as Temari is on top of Makoto with their asses against each other as their stomachs got swollen up to the point of they are looking 7 or 8 months pregnant as both of the air making out with Naruto thrusting his cock between their pussies as he says to them, "Oh, you two are enjoying this. But image when you are carrying my kids for real." As he makes his thrust go even more fierce as Temari and Makoto stop off their kiss and screams their lungs out. And there would have keep going but everyone heard this. Lemon over. Boom mmmmm. From it along, Naruto fires his cum in an accident since he wanted to keep going, as he says, "Oh damn, there's a storm going." Then he looks at Temari and Makoto as both look very tired and they can't walk since their legs are feeling like jelly from what Naruto had did to them. Naruto nods as he makes a clone for Makoto as he picks up Temari and both Naruto and his clone takes them to their rooms and place them in bed. As the clone puffs away, Naruto goes over to Robin who is waiting for him. Who is in her bra and panties with Samui waiting as well and their bras are strand against their breasts. Naruto smiles as he goes up to them as he closes the door, for the rest of the night, as it full of thunder strikes as well as heavy rain. And fierce winds, during this storm and somewhere nearby, a ship that is looking for them as it rocking back and forward as it not letting up anytime but it won't happen as a thunder strikes onto the ship, and the force behind breaks said ship in half. And so, the people that are on it had tried to stay afloat but however the waves ain't being kind as a few waves take a few people's lives as it's slowly going into the deep sea as it become their watery grave. But for theirs who are lucky to survive, fall into unconscious, as the storm won't stop until morning of the next day. The next day, morning after the storm, as Hinata who walks out of her room as she stretches is her daily routine, once she finished with that, she uses her Byakugan to have a look and when she has her eyes on the beach, she sees 5 people have washed up on the beach so she raises the alarm. "Everyone get up, there are 5 people on the beach. We must help them now," yelled Hinata. Upon that, everyone wakes up from their sleep then off their beds as they're put on their gear as fast as they can since they don't know when the Deathclaws will wake up and catch the scent of new blood on the island. And the first one who had out is Naruto as he doesn't wear any armor as he holding a pair of guns and he had a couple lessons from Blaze. He just hope that he doesn't get there late. They get to the beach and they see a Deathclaw but they deal with it they take the meat and the claws. They seal them up and they pick up the 5 up and take them back to base. When they get here Hinata checks to see if they were followed and they weren't. They get the 5 to the med bay and are shocked at who they see. Where we left off, he just hoped that he doesn't get there late. Why get to the beach and they see a Deathclaw but they deal with it they take the meat and the claws. They seal them up and they pick up the 5 up and take them back to base. When they get there, Hinata checks to see if they were followed and they weren't. They get the 5 to the med bay and are shocked at who they see. Now, they are seeing the spring daimyo Koyuki as her clothes had gotten damaged. Mostly happened during the storm and led her to be overboard. Tsunade is checking on them all and consulting a medical book with techniques she never knew about left by Blaze. As she says, they're fine but they will be out for a while. But when will they wake up? That's up to them. For now we each take turns looking after them as well giving them food and other things, with everyone looking at the 5th Hokage. After that, Naruto is in his room and to his surprise, he sees Lucy who completely naked with a towel on her head as she drying her hair as she says, that was interesting event, as she on Naruto's bed and she doesn't notice Naruto because her eyes are closed. Naruto is checking out Lucy who still has not noticed Naruto and he sees her breasts are double I and she has a very curvy figure with a huge ass. Naruto thoughts are, holy fuck she has a crazy figure. I am so fucking her and ruined her for and kiss my ass if they want my women. Never, assholes. As he goes up to her and T away grabs her breasts which Lucy moans in surprise, who is G groping me. Stuttered Lucy. She opens her eyes and sees Naruto is the one groping her. Lemon start. Naruto says, you had it coming. For being in my room Lucy tilde while being naked and all, while rubbing her breasts as well pinching her nipples, causing Lucy moans very loud as she says, P please. WEC can't D do it. I have feelings F for another. Really they why were you on that ship when the storm hit? Asked Naruto as he fondles her breasts more. She doesn't say anything at all as she moaning more, so you were lying then. Says Naruto who about to finger her pussy. IIW was O on the S ship B because I was upset. Said Lucy and when she said that, Naruto starts fingering her pussy and Lucy moans twice as loud, and you were upset about. Says Naruto. Lucy asks while moaning, the idiot couldn't take hint that I liked him, as she blushing badly as she moaning louder. Well his loss and my gain. Says Naruto as he kisses Lucy deeply and this makes Lucy blushing more. 30 minutes later. Lucy is now facing Naruto's cock in shock of how big it is. It's a anomaly huge. How did you get such a cock? Says Lucy. As she looking at while blushing like crazy and her pussy is getting wetter by the sight of Naruto's cock. Well what can I say, maybe I'm gifted or blessed, like you are with those breasts and figure, says Naruto. Naruto then puts his cock at her lips, and Lucy is blushing out of control as she feels the tip of the massive cock and she smells it as well. This smell as well having this cock on my lip is driving my mind blank. This might destroy me, just like in their porn books I read. Lucy's thought with Naruto's cock got inside of her mouth, and right there, and Lucy loves the taste of Naruto's cock. To Naruto's surprise, he sees Lucy taking all of his cock like she's possessioned as she right away deep-throating his cock as she bobbing her head like crazy as her tongue licking all over his cock with her moaning on it. This is a surprise. Do you like my cock that much? Asked Naruto. Lucy does not answer but there are small hearts in her eyes as she keeps at it unstop and Naruto is enjoying it. Then Lucy uses her breasts around Naruto's cock, and they're just insanely soft, softer than the others and Naruto says, everything that is holy. These are so soft, as he never though, UGHT that no one had softer breasts than Robin and the others that he had sex with before. As uses his fingers to pinch Lucy's nipples and she moans louder on Naruto's cock as she's sucking more as she rubbing his cock with her breasts as her thoughts are, I think that this cock will get me addicted and never let me go. The next thing she knows, Naruto unloads his first cum of the day and it come as a surprise for Lucy with her eyes wide open as she trying to drink what it seems to be gallons of cum until it was too much for her as she forcefully removes Naruto's cock from her mouth as the rest of his cum gots on her. From her breasts, to her face and her hair, damn that was good. Said Naruto who's still spraying his cum onto Lucy who then opens her mouth to take some of it in her mouth and she's loving the taste of Naruto's cum until finally Naruto stops with Lucy licking as she's saving the taste of it then swallows it then right away starts licking the rest that's on her breast starting with on her left nipple. Naruto's cock hardens again at this. Naruto says, I hope you're ready for more, and when we are done, you will be begging for now tilde. With Lucy saying, oh okay tilde, and gets on the bed as she asks Naruto what kind of position does he want her to be in. He tells her doggy style. Lucy does so as she on all four with Naruto getting a great view of her pussy which it's leaking like a waterfall as well her massive fat ass that's just giving as well how well thick her legs are, so he can't decide which hope to fuck, her wet pussy or her fat ass. Lucy is waiting for Naruto to fuck her then she eats very loud as she feels the tip of Naruto's cock against her hole, but not her pussy however, it's her ass as she looks back and says, wait and not T there. P please, as she wasn't expecting anal right off the bat. Sorry by your teasing ass has been teasing me for too long, says Naruto while he rubbing the whole of Lucy's ass with her moaning is saying, B but why your cock is too massive and fat from my ass. With a crimson blush on her face. Oh it will fit, since it's very fat and huge. Says Naruto who thrusted his cock into Lucy's ass with her raised up her head as she EAMS at top of her lungs as she yells out, shit you're too big pull it out please. As only less than half of Naruto's cock that went inside of her ass and Naruto says, fuck. What an ass, and grabs a GHT hold of her hips and he goes berserk on her ass with her screams like there no tomorrow with her ass cheeks jiggling like crazy with the bed making a loud squeaking. Naruto then grabs her hair Kaya handle and she likes is she screaming louder than before is she slowly liking anal, you're so rough with me. B but I like it so much. Please be more rough with me Naruto, yelled Lucy with her dro. PP-ing a lot with Naruto's cock going deeper into her ass, as there a bulge the size of Naruto's cock on Lucy's stomach, and she screams louder than before. 2 hours later, Naruto is laying on his back. And he's still fucking Lucy's ass as she's in the reverse cowgirl as she yelling out with her breasts bouncing wildly as the two are covered in sweat, it's so amazing. I never thought I would love anal so much, yelled Lucy as she has gotten addicted to anal sex, good but my little slut there is still one hole that I will fuck after this ass. Said Naruto while he keeps thrusting into Lucy's ass. But it will take a while cause you have such amazing ass. Says Naruto as he sees Lucy's ass cheeks jiggling for each time it hits against him. Naruto smacks an ass cheek and Lucy screams louder and not only that. She also comes from that as well. Oh, did you just come Lucy? Naruto asks. Lucy answers, why yes. I did, because you're so amazing Naruto-kun. Glad to hear it cause I am about to come as we. LL prepare yourself my huge titted slut as I give you my next load. Says Naruto as he comes deep inside of her ass with her yelling out with her sweat flying off her body, yes fill your slut's ass up. As she feels Naruto's cum filling her up as it lasted a good a minute or two. Once that was finished, Lucy falls down forward, with Naruto's cock coming out of her ass as a massive overflow of his cum comes out of her ass as Lucy falls forward with her head on the bed as she's shaking a bit. Naruto then gets behind and puts the tip of his cock at her pussy with Lucy saying, wait. I need to recover. With her blushing, like crazy, oh really cause as I said your pussy is next. Says Naruto and before Lucy could reply, Naruto thrusted his cock into her pussy and to his surprise, it's both a bit tighter than her ass as well being very wet, making his thrusts nice and easy. Lucy yells out. Please let me rest, with her breasts bounce. Not a chance my big-breasted slut I am going to make why. Oh you forget about that loser and shaping your pussy for my cock only. Said Naruto, who then starts thrusting his cock into Lucy's pussy rough and hard with her screaming loud as she can with her eyes rolling upward as she giving to the lust. In which hearts appeared in Lucy's eyes as well popping out of her head as Naruto thrusting into her with no mercy with Lucy screaming louder and louder by the sec. An hour later, Lucy has fully given into Naruto as she looking at Naruto with Naruto holding onto her as he thrusting into her pussy even more as the two blondes share an intense kiss. I love you. I love your cock tilde, said Lucy in her thoughts. Naruto is thinking, yes this big-breasted bitch is mine now and she will give me some children as well, as he grabs a hold of her breasts and gives a good squeezes which makes Lucy screams louder than before and before there could Goth 2 didn't hear notice the knocking on the door. Lemon over. Naruto's door opens and Tsunade walks in as she says, Naruto. Could you got some water in the more what the fuck? As she's shocked to see this. Hey you're the who put this damn idea in our heads, says Naruto as he looks at Tsunade as she says, but I didn't really mean it, as she is blushing like a pure maiden. Then you should not have brought it up, says Naruto as she removes his cock from Lucy's pussy with her screams light with a blush on her and right there. Tsunade sees the size of Naruto's cock as she says, and never mind then. Just GG go get water I&M. Morning, as she leaves and closes the door as she goes to her room. As Naruto says, you know, for a sec there. I thought she was going to join in, what do you think Lou? He stops as he looks down and sees Lucy licking his cock, so it seems I have got you addicted to my cock. Says Naruto with luck giving Naruto's cock a long lick before starts sucking it. So the two resumes as there had a long night of sex while not knowing that Tsunade had gotten wet dreams of Naruto fuck. Ing her as she moans out Naruto's name in her sleep. Time skip, morning. As Naruto is getting water outside of the base, and making sure it's enough for massive group of people, as he hears something like, a stick snaps. Naruto turns to see a giant lizard, and he forget this fun which, he doesn't need since it's just a lizard, and it's a big one, so it will make a nice lunch for later into the day. Back in the base, Robin is doing a bit more research on the base thinking Blaze might have left something like blueprints or a layout of the base that could help them out, which she did found such things but however. Rats had gotten to them and damaged them from eating it, but lucky, there's a way to restore it, by asking the one who made it after all. Robin activates the seal and the see-through image of Blaze appear. What's up? Blaze asks. Robin reply, do you remember the layouts of the base? Yeah I do, and I never left them in the library. I figured the rats would chew at them. There is high den room lined with the hardest metals, and there is a device that emits a high-pitched noise that the rats hate, and the monsters outside can't hear it either. Pull the red book on an angle and you will find it. Blaze explain. Robin nods as she understands and do what Blaze says, and once she founds of what she needs, the layouts of the base, but it's dusty but still in good shape. As she learns the layout of the base. Meanwhile, with Urza and Ino, as the two are talking, about what? As they're making breakfast for everyone, seeing it's their turn. Say, Ino, does Tsunade seem off today? Or is it just me? Urza asked, with Ino stop for a sec as she says, yeah, she seems a bit red, which is odd since she doesn't do that at all, so I wonder what happened, as she remembers seeing Tsunade with her face all red. Yeah, good question, said Urza, as the two wondering why, as they're not noticing Lucy, who is at the table with hearts popping out of her head as she a loving look on her with a blush as shish. Remembering of what Naruto had do to her last night, Miragen and Lucy are talking in a hushed whisper. So you had sex with Naruto last night, Lucy? Miragen whispers as she smiles. Yeah, he really dominated me and made me screamed all like a horny bitch, Tilda, says Lucy as she blushing more and remembering more of Naruto fucking her hard, with Miragen say, oh I know the feeling, Tilda, with that huge CK of his, is it matching with his stamina, Tilda, is she having a daydreaming of her and Naruto doing it? Wait, when did he get you? Asked Lucy as she wondering a bit, and Miragen tells Lucy of how it happened. At the armory, Hinata along with Nami checking the weapons as they're there. Some had gotten a bit of rust, but nothing beats a good cleaning won't fix. As Hinata asked Nami something, Nami, can I ask you something? Sure, what is up? Asked Nami. Hinata blushes as she little nervous. Well, why you see, does the food of this place does anything to your body? Says Hinata with Nami feeling confused about it. Not that I know of or notice. Why do you ask? Wait, don't tell me. Was there any poison in the food? Says the now panicking Nami. No. It's not like that. Jay just let me s. How you? Says Hinata as she undo her jacket, which she still has. When Nami stands and sees, removes her jacket, and only Nami could see and gets of what Hinata meant. I see. Maybe we should ask that ghost guy about this, maybe he knows. So they find a seal and Blaze answers, yes, as Nami gets Hinata to explain as she undo her jacket and show it to Blaze. So do you know what case this? Hinata asked. Yes I do. Now what fruit is it that you are eating? Describe it please. Said Blaze. Hinata described that it seemed like a mango, but the color was off as it was somewhat blue. I see that fruit you are ate is called a boost fruit. What this fruit does is boost the body's figure. Explained Blaze. Does it wear off? Hinata asks as she wondering if it's permanent or not. Sorry, but it is perma. So you are stuck with that figure, says Blaze as Nami asks, so if I eat this fruit, will it do the same to me? It depends on the person, it might have a different effect on you. Says Blaze. Hinata says, I was a double F, now I'm well. Spit out, I am trying to help you and it is not like I can do anything to any of you, can I? How can I help you if you don't tell me? Stated Blaze. Sigh, my breasts are nearly I, and my ass is bigger than before, says Hinata. Well, it seems your DNA made you like that. Why, well, all Hyuga women were always well built in the bust region, said Blaze, as Hinata asked, how do you even know that? As both her and Nami looking at him. Dated a Hyuga women once, and trust me when I say this, their fathers were always a pain in the ass, said Blaze, as Hinata asked. Wait, you did? And Nami asked, how big was this Hyuga woman's breasts? As she raises an eyebrow as she bit curious. Last I remember she was a double K, said Blaze, thinking back it was a long time ago. Wow, so what happened? Hinata and Nami asked. War happened, we were fighting in a war and she died in my arms. After that it went black. The next thing I know I am waking up with dead enemy all around, and I was coated in blood with broken spears and other broken weapons stabbed into my back, arms and front. Then I buried her in her favorite place in the world, explained Blaze, who remembers the war like it was yesterday. Did you hold her for one last time? Hinata asks as she tries to remember of a Hyuga from long ago. Yeah, I did, and I buried her in a flower field where I believe it is now known as the Land of Fire, said Blaze. Nami says, we sorry for having you remembering that, with Hinata nodding to that. It is fine. Hitomi Hyuga lived a good life where many people loved her and she was a hell of a woman. Also, I would lose the jacket now, it will be useless soon, said Blaze. That's where Hinata blushing up a massive storm, but I'm not ready show to myself. Says as she holding onto her jacket. You don't have a choice, it is time to get the hell out of your shell and get rid of the security jacket. Said Blaze as he was going into veteran mode. And if you want Naruto then lost the jacket. Hinata blushing at an atomic level then before when Blaze mentioned Naruto's name, Nami says, it is because she has feelings for him. Take a very good guess if Naruto was not on the island she would not argue with me. Said Blaze, since basically you're a ghost, says Nami as Hinata is blushing badly with steam coming off her head. And someone who knows what the hell he is talking about. Said Blaze, do you really think Naruto W will like them? My breasts I mean, says the blushing Hinata as she playing with her fingers. Hinata Naruto is the only man on this chain of islands. Said Blaze with Hinata answer, I will think about it. As she goes off to her room, with Nami says, she's such a shy girl, but I hope she does come out of her shell. He will be in for on hell of a ride, but can he tame her as the Queenie looks at him, it sounds like you had experience, did you know a shy girl? Nami asked with Blaze ain't saying anything, then she remembers Hitomi, no way. So Hinata is like Hitomi, the woman you loved, says Nami, as Naruto who's walking by as he dragging a big dead lizard, and he overheard the name Hitomi. Hitomi. Who's that? Naruto say. Nami say, oh she was this guy's sweetheart. But they see Blaze is gone, oh okay, oh and also I brought lunch. And more this fruit that Hinata had other day, says Naruto as he holding a handmade bag as it full of the blue mango. Nami was about to say something about it, Naruto takes one out and about to eat it. And Nami quickly calls back Blaze, don't you even think about it Naruto. Say, Blaze as Naruto had take a very small bite on the blue mango, huh? What's up? Naruto said as he looks a bit lost, that is no ordinary fruit, it is a boost fruit don't eat it, says Blaze with Naruto, a boost. You mean it could boost my chakra, as he takes a bigger bite of the blue mango, no to your body you idiot and with what is sealed in you WHO. Knows what will happen, yelled Blaze. Nami looks at Blaze, what seal? Says as she confused, with Blaze looks at Naruto and says with his eyes that you will have to tell them sometime soon boy. I will, what should I expect? Says Naruto as he, checking himself and there nothing that had changed, Nami looks at him as well he doesn't look anything different, says Nami as she checking Naruto's body twice, this is strange. To the training room and let's see what we can find. Says Blaze as he vanishes. Naruto nods and he will do that after taking the dead lizard toward the kitchen, hide the blue mangoes as well train a bit before breakfast starts. Later at the eating hall, as everyone but one are eating their breakfast, with Hina, or rather Captain Hina noticing that Hinata isn't here, where's Hinata? Says Captain Hina, with nah. I say, oh she went to her room for something, as she isn't sure of what to say. They see Naruto walk in very sweaty, whoa man. That was one hell of a workout. Says Naruto with Robin saying, what do you mean? As she and the others are a bit curious. We needed to see what the blue fruit that happens to look like a mango but it's known as a boost fruit did to him and it seems it boosted his stray. NGTH and something else what it is no clue. Said Blaze as he appeared through the seal, as Naruto says, check this out. As he lifts the table with one arm like its weight it was nothing to him. Oh Gaki, what did I say you need to train with your strength so you won't hurt anyone by mistake? Said Blaze, and Naruto slowly puts it down, sorry, and what are we having? I'm very Naruto as he noticed Hinata walking in. And what's more, she's not wearing her jacket anymore, in fact she's wearing her pants turned into shorts, and a tank top that barely holding on because her new I-cup breasts. Naruto is thinking in his head, damn. How did she hide their melons in that jacket of hers? As Hinata says, this feels odd without my jack, she stops talking as she noticed Naruto looking at her and the same goes for everyone else. With, damn Hinata, says Ino. Hinata's eyes are spinning with a blush that could be seen from miles away, with Blaze say, it seems she took my advice. Now Naruto why? Oh you will meet me in the training room tomorrow I will be teaching you how to use your new strength, as he vanishes. After that, everyone eat their breakfast as Robin is talking with Conan about something, say Conan. May I ask you for your thoughts on Naruto? Said Robin as she looking at Conan with the blue hair woman looks back. He is helpful on the island and he did find that letter in a bottle. Says Conan as Robin smiles, he's very helpful but what about his body? His muscles, and don't try hide, I have seen you looking at him a few times, says Robin, I don't know what you are talking. Out, says Conan as she trying to hide her blush. Come on, you can tell me after all everyone else are busy with their own talks, so out with it Conan, said Robin. I don't know what you mean, says Conan as she looking away. So you don't think Naruto is handsome? And his body? Oh don't get me started, says Robin. Okay fine he is handsome, said Conan as she blushing more. Oh I know, after all. I know the look that you're giving to my man, says Robin as she smiles as she pulls Conan into Naruto's room with Naruto not noticing as he is eating, with Ino say, you know, I heard screaming last night, with Lucy blushing badly, really? Exclamation mark. Why, that, said Lucy and Naruto is smirking as he eating. Cause it seems some had a nightmare, says Ino with everyone but I could have indeed remembering hearing scream. As Lucy is blushing badly, with Naruto mentally smacking himself as he forget to turn on the seals. Yeah finding out about the creatures on these islands are scary, says Ino as Urza add. DS in, I just need my sword and I will take on all of them, as she strikes a heroic pose. Don't count on it in Blaze's notes he took on 200 and killed them to let others get to the hideout. And he had a hard time and he was a monster of war according to his history. Said Nami, as Naruto is about to finish, which reminds me, if you ladies found a bag full of the blue fruit, don't eat it, says Naruto. Okay who thought they could take on the death fuckers on the island alone? Asked Blaze as he appeared with everyone looking at Blaze, what do you mean Blaze? Naruto asked as he takes a bite of a mango, a normal one. I heard someone say all they need is a sword and they could take them all. Said Blaze with Urza raises up her hand, that was me, says Urza. You're an idiot I cool. Take those fuckers on because I was in so many wars and life and death situations. Take my advice don't do it. Yelled Blaze with Urza say, be you. No buts, if you wish to stay alive then work as a Tay. And that is how you live to see another day on these islands. Said Blaze, everyone nods in understanding. Naruto finished eating, takes his disc, wash it and heads over to his room. Little did he know, he's in for a surprise. Naruto's room lemon starts, with Naruto walking in his room and sees Robin groping Conan's breasts with Conan moaning like crazy as she moaning, yes. I like Naruto because he's like someone I know long ago. Loudly and she feels Robin pinching her nipples. Oh that is good to know. I think he and I will have some fun with you tilde don't you agree Naruto? Says Robin as she not. Ice Naruto while she sucks on Conan's left breast. Conan moans even louder with one eye closed as she sees Naruto. You're right Robin and by the looks of how wet her pussy is, says Naruto as he lookin'. Gee at Conan's pussy is it leaking out its juice like a waterfall, as the lone male of the island set up a seal by placing it on the wall. Naruto goes up to them and once he's on the bed, Naruto grabs the blue woman's right breast making Conan moan louder as she just losing it badly. Then to Naruto's and Robin's surprised, milk starts leaking out Conan's nipples. Is this normal Conan tilde-chan? Asked. Naruto as Robin removes her mouth from Conan's nipple because her mouth is full of Conan's milk. Why yes it is. I always played W with my nipples until one day milk was coming out. Oh Robin, Chan it seems that Conan-chan is a very naughty slut who loves playing with her breasts so much. I bet being the only girl in a group of men's does that. Said Naruto. Why you have no idea, says Kona. As she remembers all talking that she has to go through with all members talking as well had to endure the leaders on and on about pain, the only escape in their times was locking herself in her OL.D room and starts masturbate to relive herself of the stress of the day. Well then it seems if after we get off the island you are not going back there, says Naruto as he squeezes Conan's right brea. Saint and more milk come out of her nipple and Conan moans very loud as she blushing badly, as Robin shallows the milk and goes back sucking on Conan's left breast and squeezing out the milk from her breast. Naruto decides test Summit finger on Conan's nipple and rubs the nip of her nipple then, his finger went inside of her nipple. Did you know you could do this you naughty slut? Naruto asked, and Conan moans out her answer, why yes. After so many times. I made my nipples like that. To have fingers enter my nipples like pussies. Oh I bet you would to have something shoved in your nipples, says Naruto as he gives Robin a look which she gets what he means as. She lets go of Conan's nipple with Conan, what do you mean, says as she feeling nervous, Robin pulls out a didlo that vibrates. And puts it into Conan's left nipple and turned it on. The feeling of it is too much for Conan that her moans turns into light screams as she yells out, "Oh Cammy. This. It's been so long since I had a didlo in my nipples but never a vibrator. Oh this bitch is a real kinky slut," said Robin as she is moving the vibrating didlo in and out of Conan's left nipple with Conan herself screaming L. Uter by the sec as Naruto says, "Big time, I wonder if I should shove my cock in them. Maybe not, I might destroy them, now then, let's see if it can handle this." Naruto found out he can shove his whole hand into her pussy, which makes Conan screams like never before, "Your hand. Your whole hand is inside of my pussy." As she just come from it and Naruto says, "Damn. You're something Conan." He kess out his hand from her pussy as it is covered in Conan's juice. "Let's see if you can handle my cock," says Naruto as he takes out his cock then shoves it into her pussy making her scream more with he breast without a didlo skirts out milk as Conan yells out, "You're way too huge then yahiko. Well now what are you going back to those gay idiots or will you become my slutty bitch?" Says Naruto as he thrusting his cock into Conan's slutty pussy with yelling out, "No. I don't want to go back. I want to be your bitch. Forever and ever," yells Conan. Then she sees Robin gets on her and Conan facing Robin's pussy as Robin starts licking the clit, with Naruto feeling Conan's inner walls getting more tighter. "Oh I have plans for this slut and that is leashing her to the bed," shouted Naruto. With Robin licking and sucking on Conan's clit along with Naruto's cock thrusting into Conan's pussy, this is breaking Conan's mind badly, while Conan's thoughts are, "He is right, I am now his slut for the rest of my life and I accept this, so no matter what I belong to him. And I will carry as many kids as he wants," as she screaming up in heaven. 4 hours later, Robin and Conan are in scissoring position, or rather, clones of Robin and Conan as the real one are on top of each other while getting plowed by Naruto as he says, "Damn, I would not be surprised if you stay in my room naked or in your bra and panties," as he keeps plowing between the pussies of Robin and Conan as their clones just come from rubbing each other's pussy. Then the two kisses each other with tongue action and holding onto each other. "So Conan-chan, what are you?" asked Naruto as he thrusting between them more and Conan yells out, "I'm your kinky horny bitch. Please fuck me more Naruto-kun." As she just losing more of her mind, then Robin quitted her by kissing her deeply. "Glad to hear it, and you will not complain if they all just drop dead?" asked Naruto as the two stop kissing and Conan yells out her answer, "And no, I will not." As Robin and Conan resumes kissing each other as Naruto unleashing his cum as he fires it on both Robin and Conan, covering the two with it. 3 hours later, lemon over. Conan and Robin are on Naruto's bed with their stomachs looking 13 months pregnant as Naruto wides off the sweat then putting on his clothes as he says, "I will be right back," as he leaves his room and closes the door. A few minutes later, Naruto arrived at the training room they made, then Blaze appeared through the seal. "Okay, why did you all make one where there was already a training room, Jim?" asked Blaze as he noticed that Naruto is very sweaty. "Let me guess, you had some fun in your bedroom. Now answer the question," demanded Blaze. Naruto didn't try to hide as he tells Blaze everything as he very scared of the ghost of the base. Naruto doesn't know how, but he doesn't want to know, that's about it. "You could have asked about the training room, Jim, not the whole part of you telling me that you had sex with 10 different women," said Blaze as he deadpans as he didn't want to hear about Naruto's sexual life. And Naruto, "Sorry, you said answer the question," says, "Yes, about building your own training field. You could have asked if I built one in this base," shouted Blaze. And Naruto says sorry again. "Follow me," commands Blaze as he uses the seals to move and shows Naruto a wall. Naruto goes to he wall and sees the seal. He sends chakra into it and a wall opens up like a hidden door and shows a training room, with terrain for every battlefield. Blaze appears but he is not see-through anymore. Naruto can see scars on Blaze showing that Blaze was no stranger to battle. This area gives Blaze a body. "Welcome to the training room. No matter how much damage you do here, the place will repair the damage," said Blaze. Naruto goes in as the hidden door closes, and like that no one seen Naruto for a solid 30 hours. But then Urza finds the room and sees Naruto fighting Blaze, who is winning. "Remember, Naruto, control that strength you focus it and how much power you put into it," shouted Blaze as Urza sees of what's going on. And not only that, she sees Naruto sweating from all that training and see how well his muscles had built. Urza's blush matches her hair. Naruto stops and asked, "Why am I the only one training? Why not Tsunade and everyone else?" As he looks at Blaze. Your strength is something that needs to be controlled. With that strength can kill someone if not trained properly. Explain Blaze, and Naruto gets it. I see, oh Urza. As he notices Urza, who is still blushing badly, and they feel a sense of dread, and they see Blaze holding a boulder over his head with one hand, as Naruto is thinking, oh shit. And Blaze throws it at Naruto, and Naruto, in quick reflexes, he failed to hit the boulder, as it hits Naruto. But it breaks into pieces, and Urza finally snaps out of it and shouts, Naruto. As she goes up to him to see if he's alright, which oddly enough he kinda is. I thin. "K, that is enough for now, same thing tomorrow," says Blaze as he vanishes, as Naruto says, well, I didn't see that coming, as he dusts off the pieces of the boulder. Urza says, so why were you training anyway? As she sees Naruto gets up and goes pick up his towel, well, you see, I had this fruit which turns out it's a booster, and we try and figure what it did to me, says Naruto, as Urza says, oh okay, so what do you know so far? My strength is through the roof, I think I might be stronger than Tsunade, says Naruto, as Urza say, well, I did see her break apart a massive stone, as she remembers that. Naruto points to the craters that he made earlier. Oh wow, was all Urza said. Naruto says, yup, now I relax a bit before something, I think I will check on Kyuki, as he about leave the training room. Once Naruto ranch the door and opens, but however, Urza says, Naruto, hold on. I want to ask you something, with Naruto stop in his tracks as he asks, sure. What's up? As he turns to her, Urza asks, well, I want to know about this. How good are you in sex? With a crimson blush is she looking away shy like. But first, why do you want to know? You must have some kind of reason for this, Urza. The reason is to get experience for a guy the first like, and know for a long time, so that's why I'm asking you to help me, says Urza as she blushing even more, and Naruto is thinking, oh, she will forget about him when I'm done with her. She will be screaming my name just like I did with Lucy and Conan, as he tells her, alright, but let's go to your room, Urza. Urza nods and they head to her room. And they go in. Naruto locks the door and activates the silencing seals, as Urza is taking off her clothes, allowing Naruto see Urza's G-cup breasts bounce and her massive ass jiggles a bit as she bent down toward Naruto and says, alright, I'm ready, so you will do the same, Naruto, take off your clothes. As she blushing, Naruto starts off take off his shirt. Urza blushed seeing Naruto's muscles, then her blush gets even more worse when Naruto drop his pants and well. Wow, it's massive, how did you get such thing? Says Urza as she blushing uncontrol, maybe genetic, says Naruto as his cock is hard as steel and ready to fuck some holes. Urza makes a shallow sound, gulps, alright, what should I do first? Urza asks as she blushing way bad as Naruto come up to her. Lemon starts, well, first let feel these twins. Naruto said as he grabs her breasts, which makes Urza moans loudly while blushing more, and Urza asked as she feels Naruto's hands on her breasts, simple really. Wrap my cock with them, says Naruto as Urza blushes and then gets on her knees and wraps her breasts around Naruto's cock. This I is like those books of Eki that I heard, said Urza as she blushing badly. Oh, so you do know some then? Say Naruto and Urza, oh, only the ones of this, say as she looking away while blushing more, so Urza likes to read Eki books, says Naruto as he starts rusting his cock between Urza's breasts, which Urza moans lightly. The tip of Naruto's cock hits against her mouth as she feels how big and rough it is as she thinking, it's so much bigger up close, what is this smell? It's so intoxicating that I can't think right. Then she hears, how about you start sucking at Urza? Naruto talk and Urza looks at as she blushing even more, so she ends her mouth and takes the tip of it into her mouth. Then the taste hits her tongue and she can't help but moan as she licks the tip around with her tongue while blushing real bad, as Naruto thinking, not bad for a beginner. I wonder, with him keep feeling Urza's tongue on the head of his cock. 2 hours later, Urza is deep-throating Naruto's cock as she bobbing her head like crazy as she moaning on Naruto's cock as she holding onto the blonde male legs with Naruto says, wow. With just 2 hours you're already deep-throating my cock. Your skills are getting better. Urza keeps going until Naruto and it's a big and Urza gets her eyes wide open in surprise, as she tries to take it all but Naruto tells her this, since you're still learning, it's best not to take all of my load, I cum in gal. Lawns, as she removes the massive cock from her mouth as the cum gets on her Urza just licks the cum off her from her side. So much cum, says Urza as she is catching some of it in her mouth, as Naruto is thinking about the next part. Now then, let's start with the next part, which allows with you laying on your bed. Urza gets on her bed and asks, like this, she sees Naruto grabs her legs and spreads them, which makes her eeps in a cute way while blushing badly. Yup, this position is called missionary, it's very base. R really A and W what D do you do? Asked Urza. As soon as she said that, Naruto slams his cock into Urza's pussy as it's tight felt for his cock, with Urza screaming at top of her lungs, "Oh shit, you're huge," yelled Urza as blood leaking out of her pussy as she holding on. Oh, the bed sheet as she feels Naruto's cock. That's right, and I have a bit of bad news for you, says Naruto as he starts thrusting into Urza's pussy rough and hard as more of it going deeper into her inner walls. What be bad and news? Asked Urza. When I'm done with you, Urza, you will be thinking of me and my cock and completely forget about that guy, says Naruto as she thrusting his cock even more, with Urza screaming louder as she trying hold on to the thoughts of the guy she likes but she unknowing losing it. 4 hours later. Who was I trying to get experience for again? Thought Urza as riding Naruto's cock with her hands on Naruto's chest as she screaming 10 times louder than before, with Naruto has his hands on her hips as his cock is going in and out of Urza's pussy as he says, "Wow. For you had learned so much within 4 hours, Urza. Now take my load, Urza." With him coming inside of Urza, with Urza screaming loudly as she feels Naruto's cum. Naruto fills her you so much she looks 3 months pregnant, which Urza falls onto her back with Naruto's cock come out of her pussy as she breathing hard as she sweating a lot. Naruto rise up with his cock still hard as steel, then Naruto gets her left and rise them upward and turn her over as she on her front with her breasts on the bed, and Naruto has his cock against her unused hole that is her ass. Urza tries to crawl away, and no. And not there please. J just fuck my pussy more, Naruto-kun. T that behemoth W won't fit. As she's scared of having anal sex, Naruto does not listen as he grabs her ass and spread her ass cheeks as he says, "Now to this fat massive ass mine," while he thrusted his cock deep into Urza's ass with her screams out, "You're destroying my ass, please pull it out," as she trying to get away but couldn't break free from Naruto's hold. An hour later. "Please use my ass more, turn me into you re-headed slut," screams Urza as she knows that she's fully belonged to Naruto since he had taken her 2 virginities, her poo, SSY and ass along with her breasts and mouth are Naruto's now, as Naruto is fucking her ass even more with his cock thrusting into the deepest of her ass, and he's not as long, as there's a clone gettin' GA titfuck from Urza as she licking the tip before sucking it. There will keep going for who knows how long. 8 hours later. Urza has her back on Naruto's chest with him grabbing her breasts as her stomach looking like 8 months pregnant. As Naruto asks her a few things by starting with, "Who do you belong to?" Said Naruto, "You, I belong to you. My heart, mind, body and soul are yours," yells Urza, and Naruto asks other one, "And who do you like before?" As he hears her yell out, "That loser can find some else, I belong with your cock in me, put a collar on me to show who I belong to," as she Naruto's G. IRL now and forever, as Naruto smirks as he kisses her deeply and she returns it in the same way. Lemon over an hour later. Naruto walks out of Urza's room while Urza is passed out and sleeping with her stomach looking 10 months pregnant. As he plans to head out to gather food, when he goes to the front doors and see that he's not the only one that's heading out to gather food, as he sees Captain Hina and Ino as there notice him. "Oh, Naruto, going out to gather as well?" said Captain Hina as she checking the gear as to Ino. "Yup, so why not come with us, the more the merrier," says as she smil. And Naruto says, "I'm down," as he gets ready with his own gear. As they're head out and they're notice that it felt very humid as they're heading out as well, looking around for any danger. Naruto along with Ino and Hina somewhere in the island, as they're looking for food and water, as Naruto thought of something which it takes a long time to realize it. "Now that I think about it, Ino, do you know what happens to Sakura? Since she was on the ship with us when that storm hit," Naruto asked. "Yeah, last I saw a shark ate her after being hit by lightning," said Ino as she remembers that day, as Naruto s. I always knew Kurama would get her but never thought that it would be a shark," as Hina leave them to each other as she no idea who this Sakura person is, as she found these fruits, the kind that give boost whoever eats it. Naruto comes over and says, "Hina, not those, as I learned they boost fruits, not a good idea to eat," Hina looks at him. You do know that we might need this in case their things were to break into our home. And we need anything that give us the edge, Hina explain as Naruto thinks about it since it goes give back energy. Then the words of Blaze rings in his head, the effects are permanent. Yeah, but the effects are permanent and I am not talking muscle boost Hina. Ask Hinata, said Naruto as Hina says, I know, but that's why we will use there as a last resort Naruto. We can just always listens to that Blaze about how dangerous this is. When the time come we have to use whatever means to protect our home as it's the only thing we have. Islands, maybe on the other is. Lands there might also be something that could also help as well. Said Ino as Hina looks at Ino, while that is true, but how we reach them as we don't have boats to go on the other islands, said Hina. As she places the booster fruit in the basket as all three went on their search. Back at the base, the others wake up along with Koyuki, Graphia, Hilda, Yolda, a woman named Captain Whitey Bay, as Tsunade along with others are telling them to take it easy as well, drink some water since they were out for a while now. Tsunade asks Koyuki, what do you remember last? As Koyuki drinks some water and answer, why yes. I remember being part of the search party, but then that storm comes, and everything happened so fast, I can't recall anything else, as she is trying to remember but can't. Were there any other survivors? Tsunade asks, and Koyuki shakes her head as she isn't sure, and no, I don't know, I'm sorry. Everyone sighs, so where are we? Asked Koyuki as she realizes where she and the others are. Hinata come up. Well, we are on a chain of islands, that much we do know, but maybe Blaze knows. You are on what I call the Islands of Death, said a voice behind them which scared Koyuki in. The maids really is there jump a bit as their turn to see Blaze, but Koyuki cries, it's a ghost. She says that because Blaze is see-through after all with Tsunade and the others, but the maids are sweat dropped in there, think about it. He's kind of like a ghost. Blaze chuckles, well, it is thanks to the seals that I can do this. So now you know the name of this chain of islands, as the maids come up to him and ask, how come it's called the Islands of Death? These islands are home to monsters that will kill anyone if they got the chance to survive as to team up together, said Blaze as Koyuki looks at him, wait for monsters. What kind of monsters? Koyuki asked. The book can tell you. Nico Robin, you have it I believe, said Blaze as Robin come up to them as she says, from what I read, there's many monsters on this and 5 others, and all of them are dangerous to their right, as the one house not their things that are called Deathclaws, another one as well and I believe its name is called. Robin stops as she looking through the book as she wants to make sure if she got the name right. There are other bases hidden on the other 6 islands as well, but around these islands storms are known to happen a lot. There are displacer beasts and other nasty monsters on these islands, said Blaze with Robin still looking through the book. Tsunade says, I hope Naruto and the others return soon, and she said that Koyuki lights up when she heard that name. Oh Tsunade, trust me on this, the only thing you have to worry about on this island is Deathclaws, and some crabs, trust me the monster is deadly on the other islands, the closer you get to the last island they are guarding something, said Blaze. Then Robin says, but what about the one known as the Silver Death? This one is also on this island. Yes, young ones, trust me, as they get older the move to the other islands, more challenges on those islands. Plus they are rarely seen on this island, said Blaze, as Robin says, but what is it? As the book doesn't say anything about how it looks or why it's called the Silver Death. Meanwhile, back with Naruto and others. Naruto and the others were gathering things they need and now heading back. That until Ino hears something behind the leaves, and she stops both Naruto and Hina as she whispers, guys, there's something here. Out comes a crab, that's way bigger than the average size crab, in all, to them. It will be their dinner. They attack and kill the crab and grab a few more as well. With that done, they arrive back to the base and to greet them as Hinata as she told Hem that Koyuki and others have woken up. That is good to hear. Also we have a question for Blaze, said Hina as she goes inside, and so did Naruto, Hinata, and Ino as they close the gate and locks it. They head to the main room where everyone is gathered while Naruto is dropping off the food and water at the kitchen and meet up with the others. From there, everyone informs Naruto, Ino and Hina about everything. And now his or her talking about what could each island have, but mostly on the last island itself. Their talk for a while until Naruto see that it's almost to get dinner ready and it's his and Hinata's turn to cook. So both of them went into the kitchen, leaving the rest to themselves as they're talking about more of the islands. Naruto really wants to ask Blaze a question but will L wait for when they are all together as he and Hinata make dinner, and Hinata was surprised about the big crab that they found and killed, as there's much meat in the crab to last for a couple of days. Naruto and Hinata cooked it up and made crab soup, as well handmade beard, and there's enough for everyone and more, as well leftovers, and when the food is ready, Hinata called everyone to eat as Yuto goes on to ask Blaze about something while holding a bowl in hand. Blaze appears in front of everyone. What is up? Say Blaze, I have something to ask of you. Okay, what is it? Asked Blaze. Is there any way to get to the other islands without going by boat to them? Asked Naruto. Now you ask. Yes, I made a way, but the question is why do you want to know? Asked Blaze. Naruto say, well, we need to know if we could go there and gain things we need to protect ourselves. The others look with interest. I will take you after you all have eaten, so eat dinner first, I promise, said Blaze. Naruto odds as he eats his food but at a reasonable rate, as well as the others. After a while, they're finished eating, and now Naruto is talking with Blaze. Well, gather everyone, and I will take you to the place where you can get to the bases of the other islands, and Naruto nods, and he gets everyone, even the new ones, as they gather around Blaze. Well, follow me. Blaze leads them deep into the base, and comes to an area with 6 places that look like seals on the ground. Alright, listen up, these will take you to the bases on the other islands, but there are conditions, said Blaze. Naruto asked, but what are they? As he doesn't seem to understand, as do few others, as Tsunade says, wait for their teleporting seals. With Blaze nod to that, they are, but there is someone else on the islands, as well as she has been taking care of the seals. Now conditions to use them. You must go one at a time, and they can tell your experience, so don't try and go to the last island. The second island you can travel to only, said Blaze. Naruto steps on it, and in a flash, he finds himself in an empty room as he walks away from the seal, and soon enough, Hina, followed by Ino then Viola, as they look around. And it seems this base is cleaned and well taken care of. Ino says, wow, it's so clean. As she looking around, Blaze appears here. Of course it is, as I said, someone has been living on these islands, said. Naruto goes on further ahead as Hina say, and how long has this person been here then? As she wondered who this person is and how come to their cross path with, oh, a year now, I believe her name is Pakura, said Blaze. So when Blaze said that, Temari appeared and she heard that name. Wait, Pakura. As in Suna Junin Pakura. As she sounds like she knows this person. I believe so, why do you ask? Asked Blaze. Temari explains that Pakura has been missing for a year now, since she was sent on a mission through the sea and a storm happened as it takes the ship and there were no survivors. Well, of course, you would not find survivors. These islands are not on any maps, I made sure of that. My map is the only one with these islands' locations, said Blaze. Naruto who come and ask, why? Why hide this place from the world? They're people looking for us. You really want your enemies to get a hold of these creatures? I know the dangers and mystery of these islands, so that is why I had the only map to find this place, explained Blaze, as Naruto rubs his head, but then he finds himself in an arm lock with a ball of fire. Nay is heard, who are you and what are you doing here? As a woman with orange and green hair, as her clothes are nothing but rags, as the top is barely holding back her double eye breasts. Pakura, they are here the same as you, they were also sent here by A.S. Tormund, damn it, Pakura, get some clothes on, shouted Blaze as Pakura answers back, what clothes? I have been here for a year, and most of my clothes are nothing but rags now. Hina comes from one of the bedrooms with one of Blaze's jacket. She forcibly puts it on Pakura, then snaps her fingers and the jacket turns into Pakura body as it becomes a jacket that's very stylish as it fits her very well. But she doesn't like it and takes it off of her. I don't like wearing something that belongs to someone that's dead, said Pakura. Then you will be without armor that those fuckers can't even pierce. Remember, I have been here, you want to survive, then you will wear the jacket, like it or not, said Blaze as he sees Pakura about to burn the jacket, but Naruto, Hina and Ino try to stop her with Tima saying, are you out of your mind, Pakura? As she trying to take the jacket away from Pakura, but the jacket catches on fire and now Temari is trying put it out as Blaze is just standing there, then says, Temari, watch. Temari stops. After 15 minutes the fire stops, but the jacket looks unharmed. As Naruto, Ino and Hina are still holding Pakura back as Naruto asking Blaze of what's her deal. She has been here for a year in isolation, she is not all there, you must help her. Humans need interaction, okay, help, and when you can get that jacket on her. Said Blaze, as Naruto asks, but did you even try to help her from losing her mind? As Pakura is very close from burning his face, I tried, but hello, how long do you think you can keep sane with the only person you can talk to is an image from a seal? Naruto says, oh right, whoa. As he almost got hit by Pakura's fire in her hand, Naruto had enough of this and chopped her neck, knocking her out, and the light in her hand fades away as there shines out in relief. As Naruto gently putting her on the floor, Naruto looks at Blaze and say, next time when next group of people shows up at your islands, let them know about the crazy one. You think that it was the right idea, as Temari said she was supposed to be dead. Said Blaze with Naruto says, I don't know. I just sigh, never mind, I'm going to take a nap, as he goes found an unused bed to sleep on. But then Hina says, Hina as well, as it been a long day, as she walks along with Naruto as the two take a nap, as Ino and Temari look after Pakura as well as make sure that she doesn't do anything crazy. At the bedrooms, Naruto is enjoying the bed, then feels something soft on his back as he turns and see Hina, who has her breasts onto Naruto as she is sleeping. Naruto can't bring himself to wake her as he sighs as he goes back to sleep. As the two sleep for at least an hour, as Hina rolled over in her sleep and traps Naruto in her breasts, and because of that, Naruto's cocks get hard. Den up and points against Hina's stomach. Hina starts to, and she sees Naruto in between her breasts. Hina glowing red as an apple. Hina starts stuttering, what? Meanwhile at the first island base kitchen, Koyuki is looking for something to eat as she is looking through the kitchen, but then she notices a blue fruit, and it looks excellent to eat. Koyuki come up to it and picks it, as she is going for the first. I would not do that if I were you, said a voice behind Koyuki. She turns to see Hinata, who come up to her and place it back on the table. Cause it unique effects, said Hinata. She explains what the fruit does to the body. And the effects are permanent. How do you know about that? Koyuki asks as Hinata blushing as she undoes the jacket and shows her gigantic breasts and unbelievable figure as Koyuki is shocked. Oh my. This fruit did, who told you about the fruit? Hinata say, well, I learned it at first hand long before we found this place, as Hinata puts her jacket back on as she makes something for Koyuki to eat. As for who the one person who knows all the secrets of these islands. Both went on talking for a while. Back with Naruto and Hina. Naruto and Hina are blue shing up a storm as the two had woken up from their naps and looking at each because of what had happened. Naruto is thinking, did Hina do that, with him remembering a few seconds ago of her rolled over onto him. So now both of them facing away from each other as Hina is thinking, my god, he is big from what I felt, but how big is he? As she is looking back as she is blushing. As both Ino and Temari walk in and both are naked and wet as they just got out of the shower, and Naruto is blushing badly with Hina say, what are you doing? Can't you see there's a guy here? Moreover, what about Pakura? As she is blushing, Ino says, well, I kinda dirty, as she remembering dropping a bag of flour which covered her up with it. As for Pakura, I left with her with Temari. I thought you two would be sleeping, but I'm guessing. Ino stops herself cause from the angle she's at, she sees Naruto's massive boner under his pants and her blushings badly. Ino then smirks with a blush as Ino says, Had would explain the screaming from another day, and why Lucy was walking odd, as well a few others. Naruto, were you having sex? Said Ino. Naruto sighs as he says, yes, I have been since I first had sex with Robin. Mira and Samui, as Ino and Hina blushes badly as Ino decides to make a bold move, and Naruto soon found himself having his face in between a pair of breasts because Ino dashed toward him and gets on him as she says, well, it seems my turn to. She gets her hand under Naruto's pants, and she freezes with a darker shade of bush on her, and now as she gets on her knees and Lemon starts. Naruto removes his pants, and his cock smacks her in the face. Ino is blushing so bad as she's, why you have a cock so massive that it belongs to a horse, Naruto says as she's in shock. And as Ikal in the academy, you and Sakura used to make fun of me. So you will be punished, said Naruto. A clone appears behind Ino and grabs her arms behind her back with one arm. Naruto's clone then uses his free hand began rubbing her pussy. And Ino moaning as she is blushing, what are you doing? Punishing you and my clone will not allow you to come at all, says Naruto as he watching his clone rubbing Ino's pussy more. Then she is about to come, then the clone pulls away, which Ino whining upon that she says that she wants to come, but Naruto told her that she's not allowed and made it more unbearable. Naruto looks toward Hina, who is blushing badly because she never comes across a guy with a massive cock like Naruto's. Naruto walks up to the front of her followers by grabs her double eye cup br. Easts and makes her moans while blushing severely as she stares at Naruto as she is unknowingly making a cute shy look on her. 5 minutes later, Hina's back is against Naruto's chest while she is now in aked with Naruto groping her breasts and rubbing her ass with his cock as she is blushing badly as she says through her moans, "Why is this h happening? Why me?" As she moans more as Naruto chess her nipples, which her most sensitive part of her body, as Naruto say, "These twins woke me up, and they are very soft, and I think I will take them and you as my women instead of you going to another man." As he says that last part, he thrust his cock into Hina's pussy with Hina screaming atop of her lungs as she screams out, "You are too big. You are going to rip Hina in two," as she feels Naruto moving his hips faster, which thrusting his cock into her as it going more in depth. "Fuck, are you virgin? 'Cause this feels like one," said Naruto as Hina screams out that she's not, she just had only one lame lover who was pathetic with. But Naruto is nothing like that at all, as his gigantic cock is spreading her pussy as she screams out more as she is losing it badly. While Ino, who is getting wet like crazy as she is fingered, and when she was about to come, the clone stops and waits for a bit before he rants again as the blonde hair with blue eyes moans out, "Why are you doing this? I know what I did was wrong. But I said my sorries. Doesn't matter, the boss wants this done and I will keep doing it," said the clone as he licks her neck, which makes Ino gets turned on even more while her pussy is getting more wetter. As Naruto, who has on his feet while holding Hina by her legs as he is thrusting into her pussy way more as he says to her, "Fuck. I can't tell how this pussy of yours got this tight from stress or sexual frustration. Be both." Hina screams with her hands behind her head as she screams louder as she feels Naruto's cock in her even more as it is reaching toward her womb. Naruto is enjoying this and is happy Ino is finally being punished. 2 hours later, Naruto is now laying on his back with Hina riding his cock as she is bucking her hips wildly as she has a fucked ass illy face on her as she says, "I love your cock. I want it in me more. Get Hina pregnant. Hina will gladly carry your kids. Please make Hina your wife." As she is losing it badly as she is riding Naruto's cock more, "Wow. I never heard someone loving my cock so much before." Naruto then grabs her double eye cup breasts as they were bouncing wildly. While Ino, who has lost her mind from not able to come for 2 hours as she is saying non-stop, Please, I want to come, Naruto, I want it, I need that release. I hear you begging, but I do not believe it at all," said Naruto's clone as he stops once again as she says, "And no. Please. I'm telling you the truth. Please just let me come." As her eyes are full wanting of sweet release of sexual pressure, "Oh number Ino, I will be the only one allowed to make you come, my clone is not going to," said Naruto as he is now fucking Hina with her stomach swollen to 7 months in doggy style as Hina is screaming as she lost her mind to the lust. And from there hour later went by as Hina is house so full of Naruto's sperm as her stomach looking about now 9.5 months pregnant as it's so full of Naruto's sperm as Naruto lets her rest as he's standing above Ino, who is on her knees with her pussy entirely overflow of her juice as she says to him, Please, I want to come, please Naruto, I will do anything for it." Naruto has her put her hands against the wall and thrusts into her pussy making her come with Ino letting out a massive, "Yes," as she finally comes as she screams way louder than Hina, "So it seems I think I have turned you into a cock-hungry slut," says Naruto as Ino isn't listening to him as she looks delighted with her tongue out of her mouth as she drooling with her eyes upward. Naruto smirks the perfect punishment and he will have much fun using her as he starts thrusting his cock into Ino's pussy with her screams louder as she screams out, "Oh you're so big, I am so sorry for making fun of you as a kid, Naruto-sama. Please use this cock-hungry slut. If I had known you had such a big cock, I would have let you have your way with me before now." As she is quickly losing her mind to the lust as Naruto smirks even more and says, "Good cow. Say this is for all the teasing for walking with almost little to clothes and casual letting your breasts bounce in front of me." Naruto thrusts more into her letting her breasts bounce more wildly. 20 minutes later, at the second Basie's kitchen, Viola is making something to eat when she hears something but brush it off and then it goes louder as she says, "Oh boy, what is going on?" The noise gets closer, and she hides. Naruto comes with Ino walking on her hand as Naruto is holding her legs with his cock deep inside of her pussy as she screaming while using her hands and arms walking as she sweating. As Naruto says, wow, it looks like the heiress is not so noble after all. As the two, walking toward the counter of the kitchen as Voila hears them as she covers her mouth as she blushing badly. So what are you Ino, what are you in life now? Asked Naruto as he looks at Ino as he is waiting for her answer. I am your slut from now on no matter what. I belong to you, and I will wear whatever you want. T from now on, as she screams wildly as Naruto stops her then left her up to follow by kissing her, and Ino moans upon that kiss. Also, he pushes her against the counter after turning her body to face him. As Voila hears this is still covering her mouth as she is blushing wild crazy. Tamari comes and sees this, wow Naruto fucking another woman. With Naruto turned to see Tamari walking, and he says, wait if you are here. Then who is watching that Pakura woman? Oh a shadow clone thank you for teaching me that. Said Tamari then she walks up and gets behind Naruto as she says, can I join in tilde, said Tamari. Naruto smiles, sure strip and sits on the slut's face. Let's see how good her tongue is, as he gets Ino laying down on the counter with Tamari takes off of what's left of her clothes and gets on the counter and sits on Ino's face with Ino meeting Tamari's pussy and she starts eating Tamari's pussy. Tamari right away moans happily with her breasts bounce a bit, oh she is good are you keeping her? Asked Tamari as she cries more with one eye closed. Oh hell yeah, she is my cock hungry slut for the rest of her life, says as he fucking Ino's pussy more as Ino is eating more of Tamari's pussy as Ino is thinking, Shikamaru is missing his chance Tamari's pussy tastes so wonderful. Moreover, is as Naruto-sama's women and my mistress as Ino's has her hands on Tamari's legs as she is eating out of Tamari's pussy more with Tamari herself moving her lower half on Ino. As all three blondes keep it more and more with Viola trying her best to keep herself in check and not to finger her pussy. As she hears them go at it even more, Naruto is enjoying Ino's pussy, and she loves this so much as Tamari comes onto Ino's face and so does Ino as both blonde women scream out as their cum. An hour later, Naruto is staring at the hottest thing yet as he sees Tamari on top of Ino with their pussies on each other. Come on Naruto you know you want to. Said Tamari as she rubs her pus. Sigh onto Ino's pussy and the blonde Yamanaka moans like crazy with her tongue out. Naruto smirks as Tamari is right with Naruto right away thrust his cock between the two blonde girls' pussy with bot. Scream out, please fuck us Naruto master, as they're holding each other's hands with their breasts against each other with Naruto thrusting his cock between their soaking wet pussies while Viola is Saint ill hearing them while covering her mouth as she blushing so bad. She is imaging that she is in their place being fucked yet at the same time she's trying not to finger herself as her pussy is so acky. In so much as she's soaking again as she hears Naruto say, look at you two hot blonde girls going mad for my cock, as he smacks Tamari's ass as Tamari says, it's because you made me like this. Naruto smirks and says, how would you like to be fucked in front of Shikamaru? Tamari says, I don't care. 'Cause I don't want to do anything that involves with him because I want only you. Ino, please more master parade me around the village on all fours like the bitch I am, screamed as Naruto says, we will see if we ever do return home, said Naruto as he is thrusting his cock between their pussies. Couple hours later, Naruto is carrying Tamari by her legs with his cock slamming into her pussy while Ino who is under Tamari and licking her asshole with Tamari herself screaming like crazy. Tamari screams out, more please more. As she going insane with lust, Naruto thrusts a lot faster, and Ino is licking Tamari's ass faster as well. Ino is thinking, this is so fucking fun. All are, after this then that is it for tonight we do need to sleep. Said Naruto as he is thrusting into Tamari's pussy even more with Ino licking Tamari's ass. This went for other hours as Naruto has both blonde women at his sides with his hands on their ass. Come on Naruto fuck us once more. Said Tamari as her and Ino's stomach are looking 8 months pregnant as he says, I know, but I think I should ask Viola first though, as he looks behind the counter with Viola who is blown shock. How did he know? Viola asked herself, and she hears, come on Viola, come out of hiding, Naruto talking, shish. He does of what he says by getting up while blushing bright red. So how long did you know I was there? Asked Viola. Naruto answers, oh when Ino and I walked in, with her smacks onto Ino's ass, Ino moaned as her ass jiggled. Viola, SOW, what are you going to do me? Asked as she is blushing with one arm under her breasts. Naruto smirks, which makes Viola wondering of what is going to happen. Morning. There was a loud moan. And we see Viola being fucked doggy style by Naruto, who is fucking her into oblivion while both Ino and Temari are sleeping, as Temari's shadow clone is talking with the others that had appeared at the second base. Lemon over. Nico Robin is looking around the second base and found a library, and unlike the first island, the books have some damage, not much, as this one has full-on protective. But there's one in a glass display, and she's about to touch it, but then she hears, "Oh Robin," says Hinata, with Robin stops herself. "Yes. What are you doing?" said Hinata as she notices the book as well. And so does Robin. "Well, I noticed this book and wonder what it is, but I will look into it later," said as Hinata. "Oh alright, but did you see the boost fruit?" And Robin gets confused. "What do you mean?" They then hear a scream and rush to the kitchen with the maid screaming, "Koyuki-sama!" Kitchen. Everyone but Naruto, Ino, Hina, Pakura and Temari arrived at the kitchen, and what he or she sees. Koyuki's breasts and ass have gotten bigger, as Koyuki's breasts are now a size bigger as Hinata's, as Koyuki says, what happened?" Tsunade says, "What happens?" Moreover, how it happened? Robin uses the seal to call Blaze. He appears, but they can see him a bit better. "Yes?" asked Blaze. "Thanks for watching. Out and there is something."